Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. The next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
It's morning again in Palmetto. Today, over 1,000 people will move from other states to Florida. Jobs and industries are rebounding, and so are the housing markets. It is no better time than the present to invest in quality real estate here. A safe and friendly place for your kids to play. A thriving hometown culture immersed in historic districts like no other. A place to turn a house into a home. Palmetto proud. Matthew Guthrie and Associates Realty.
The name of the award, it was you were the #1 stream in the streaming awards, isn't that correct?
Correct.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. Kickoff's right around the corner. Buckle your seatbelts and hold on tight. It's time for some Tiger football.
You are watching the 2025 FHSAA Football Region Quarterfinals on TigerVision.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. TigerVision is brought to you in part by Conley Buick GMC, Arctic Air, Heinz Law, Duet Pools, Richardson Stenson Roofing, Palmetto Bait and Tackle, Clicking Spree, Garrett Richard, Bull and Tiger Insurance, Coastal Mobile Screens, Burton Trucking, and WB3. Now let's kick it to the booth live from Harley Stadium from Palmetto, Florida for the Clicking Spree pregame show.
Sweet. Getting close.
We are live. Welcome to Paradise as we are broadcasting from Florida's Sun Coast. It is a beautiful night in Palmetto, and we're just minutes away from the kickoff for this great matchup of the Class 6A Region 3 quarterfinal, featuring the top-seeded district champion Palmetto Tigers hosting the 8th seed Wiregrass Ranch Bulls. I'm Brian Varnador alongside with my color analyst, Ken Burton Jr. We are proud to bring you tonight's action on TigerVision. Welcome to the jungle, Ken. This regional quarterfinal game is huge, and the atmosphere here at the stadium, Harley Stadium, is electric.
It truly is, Brian. And for the Palmetto Tigers tonight, the message is simple. Protect your house. The team has earned the number 1 seed with a dominant 9-1 regular season record, going undefeated in their district the last 2 seasons. The engine of the team is their high-powered offense, led by junior quarterback Matthew Hennessy. Hennessy's been phenomenal this season, throwing for 25 touchdowns with a stellar 68% completion rate. He has a trio of elite junior receivers in Jock Harris, Nazir Pitchford, and Maurice Carter, all of whom are threats to score anytime they touch the ball. They're complemented by a solid ground game featuring Ashton Kelly, Kieron Jones, and Shane Partridge. The offensive line has been solid and healthy all season. The offense is built on balance and explosiveness, and Wiregrass Ranch will have its hands full. A defensive coordinator's nightmare to prepare for, Brian.
Yeah, right, you are, Ken. And on that opposite sideline, on the south sideline over there, the Wiregrass Ranch Bulls are led by head coach Mark Cantor. This team finished the regular season at 5-5, earning their playoff berth through a tough district run, clinching that 8th seed. While the record is 5-5, they've been at every game late this season, and they've finished very strong, winning their last 2 contests, including a big win over those Land O'Lake Gators and a dominating performance against River Ridge. The Bulls are coming in on a high note, and they know they're playing with house money tonight. For them, it's all about translating that late season momentum into a strong start against the region's best. Their overall record may suggest an easy win for Palmetto, but tonight, this young Wiregrass Ranch team has great talent. They play tough, and they have a lot of grit, Ken.
Yes, and that grit is necessary, Brian, because the Tiger defense is just as impressive as their offense. Defensive coordinator Matt Arcady has his defense playing disciplined, hard-hitting football. They're stingy against both the run and the pass. Up front, you've got players like Kamari Hines and Isaiah Tyson getting into the backfield with a combined 26 tackles for loss. But the real leader is senior middle linebacker Paul Moore, who averages 6.5 tackles per game. He's the communicator and the enforcer. When you look at playoff football, defense is what travels, and the Tigers have a championship caliber unit. The Bulls will have to find a way to break through a defense that has allowed very few points per contest.
Yeah, Ken, let's take a look at Wiregrass Ranch. To pull off tonight's monumental upset, their young playmakers are going to have to shine. It's going to be fun watching. Their number 2, the 6'4", 190-pounder sophomore sensation quarterback Daniel Terry. He's really the heart of the offense. He's leading the team with 17 touchdowns passing and 8 rushing touchdowns. He is sincerely, truly a dual threat, and Palmetto's defense has to account for his mobility on every snap. When he throws, his favorite targets are juniors Jonah Gonzalez, 33 reception, and Dantius Austin, 24 reception. And they're both tied with 5 receiving touchdowns each for the season. I think the key matchup to watch for tonight is how this Bulls offensive line handles Palmetto's front 7. If they can give Terry some time to throw back there and open up the running back lanes for Dante Parker, they have a real chance to take control of the clock here tonight and keep that powerful Palmetto offense off the field.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with the time of possession, Brian. That's one of the biggest keys, I think. For Wiregrass Ranch, the first quarter is absolutely critical. They need to establish a rhythm and avoid a quick deficit. If the 8 seed can hang around and keep the game close into the second half, the pressure suddenly shifts to the top-seeded Tigers. Palmetto, on the other hand, needs to execute early and often. They can't afford to play sloppy, not with the caliber of teams waiting in the next rounds. The key is to utilize their team speed on both sides of the ball and not get complacent. They're 9-1 for a reason, and they need to play like from the opening whistle to the end of the game and send a message to the rest of the region. Exactly 1 year ago, the number 2 Tigers in the region could not put away number 7 Largo, the Packers, and because of a late penalty and the defender slipping, the Tigers lost a heartbreaker 27-24 in the final seconds of the game. They were heavily favored to win.
Yeah, great analysis, Ken. You know, it's classic playoff scenario tonight. We've got the established powerhouse here, Palmetto, against the gritty underdog with a roster that is just absolutely filled with talented underclassmen, and they're fighting to keep their season alive. We've got perfect football weather here tonight. Clear skies, cool evening air, ideal conditions for a hard-fought contest. The winner of this quarterfinal advances in the FHSAA Class 6A state playoffs. Folks, we're ready for some football. The teams are headed to the sidelines. In just a moment, the captains are going to get out there, and then we'll have the opening kickoff. So don't go anywhere.
You know, another factor tonight, Brian, is that we haven't really touched on is the kicking game. I think their kicker is going to need to have one of his better matchup performances tonight to match up with the Tigers' special team.
Now we're going to have the most important part of the broadcast. We're going to remove our hats, stand, and have the presentation of color from the Palmetto High color guard as they take the field, and we will have the national anthem.
Presented by Cadet Captain Evans. United States Guard is Cadet Captain Velasco. The Florida Flag Guard is Cadet Sergeant First Class King.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, Sir Anthony.
I go, Sir Anthony King.
Get ready, boys. Oh, they got the nice shot.
There is nothing better than listening to the national anthem on a very beautiful Friday night here on the sun coast of Florida, Ken. And we've got the captains that are about to march out to the field here for the Palmetto Tigers tonight. Number 5, Maurice Carter. Number 70 is Mikhail Sanders. And number 71, Stefan Aristil. And number 24 is Paul Moore. And we'll pick up the captains. Number 5 tonight is Justin Simizik, the linebacker. Number 0, DeMonte Houston.
Athlete.
Oh, incredible. And then we'll get the other 2 players here. Number 4 also involved there is Dante Parker. And the officials tonight, it'll be an interesting decision here at kickoff, Ken, whether the Tigers elect to kick the ball off or take that ball on the 20.
Yeah, it starts the chess mat. But, yeah, wonderful night for football here. Going to flip the coin. 68 degrees here at kickoff and beautiful weather, and great to be playing football in mid-November when it all counts.
And the officiating crew tonight is from the West Coast Officials Association, the football official crew, and they're a good one here tonight, Ken. Palmetto has won the toss, elected to defer. So the Wiregrass comes in. They made that 58.5-mile trip here tonight, Ken. And, we'll get back to the officials here. Referee Dave Lockwood, umpire Clayton Cunningham, head lineman Keith Peliquin, line judge Brett Brisky, back judge DJ Randall, field judge Carrington Price, side judge Austin Ford, and the clock operator tonight here, the incredible Tony Ruffin.
I think Tony was sharing with us earlier that they had, from that referee association, 11. They're doing 11 games tonight. That's quite. I think they had 10 last year, so they made it to 11. Hats off to them. I know a while back there was a shortage of refs. I remember on a media day we heard all about that, and the Tigers come out on the field. So Wiregrass Ranch is kicking off, and their kicker, pretty much 1 out of 3 times, he will put the ball in the end zone. So in the early part of the chess match here tonight, Will, what do you think? Do you think they're gonna try to kick it to Harris and Carter and give them an opportunity to run it back? Or do you think they kick it to one of the upbacks tonight and steer away from that?
Well, one of the challenges that you have with the Palmetto High School football team, if you want to do a pooch kick or, some kind of squib kick, those kind of things, traditionally your upbacks are your blocking backs. But at Palmetto High School, and they've seen this on film, I'm sure, the 3 guys that are in front of the 2 deep receivers, you can see that those guys are just as skilled as the guys behind you. So it doesn't leave you any holes out there, to find a soft spot in the middle of the field. So we are kicking off.
We are kicking off. So we'll that whole strategy may be irrelevant by the time this happens. I don't think they're going to get any opportunity to run any kickoffs back tonight.
Yeah, and that's one of the story here. Danteus Austin here is 530 some odd yards return yardage, and he is a burner. He's a gifted returner. But here versus Palmetto High School, you've got the number 1 rated kickoff man in the country. So what we're seeing here game after game after game is that ball flying out the back end of the end zone.
Yeah, and you take that whole element, that's 50 some odd yards a game on average with the returns, and it's just not going to happen for them tonight. So they're going to be having to go 80 yards.
So the clock,
more than likely every time.
All right, the clock is showing zeros out there on the field. There it is,
there
now
go.
Set to 12. The referee has blown the whistle live, and we are set to play. Get a kick out of that great floor from Minnesota Flooring, as we say here locally. But at this game tonight, just a challenge. Now, Brandon Galloway hits the ball deep, and it's going to be about 9.9 yards out of the back of the end zone. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Wiregrass Ranch.
Yeah, so Wiregrass Ranch, they are going to throw the ball. They do run, but I'd say 70-30. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot tonight. They put 4 out wide, 3 on one side or twins. But this is the first time we will be dealing with a dual threat quarterback. Just a sophomore. He's 6'4", 190, throws the ball good. They've got to account for him tonight.
And the killers out here at receiver, Alex McCullough, number 14 out here. They're running a little stack formation. Now they're twins on both sides of the formation. Palmetto lines up in only a three-man front. Well, that's an interesting look versus a mobile quarterback. He sets back. He's going to run to the left, trying to make it to that sideline. He picks up a gain of about, half a yard on that one.
Yes, Coach Arcady said they were going to come out with some new stuff tonight, and that we haven't seen, but they have been working on it. Just have not had the opportunity to run it. So the three-man front, obviously something we have not seen. This quarterback here gets most of his yards unscripted, just like you saw him there. He will not just run the ball like a wildcat. He'll hand it off, but his is mostly done when he's being rushed.
They jam the receiver over here. Quarterback looks. He shakes a tackle and makes another man miss. Is down. Big gain on the play. First down. Shows that at least elusive speed.
So he comes in as their leading rusher tonight for the season. He had, oh goodness, where are you? He had 268 yards coming into tonight's matchup. Their leading rusher. That's not a lot of yards. And it's because they throw the ball.
And Jonah Gonzalez out here, number 6. He's out here closest to the hash on the right side of the formation is one of his leading receivers. He throws the long ball, and it's going to be caught. And dropped. Wide open behind the defense, and Gonzalez unable to gather that one in. That was a sure touchdown, Ken.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be thinking about that one all the way back home tonight. Gosh, I could have had the first touchdown in the playoff game. Their receivers average, four of their receivers average more than our receivers, 16, 18 yards per catch. And they are not afraid to throw the ball down the field.
They've all got size. Alex McCullough, 6'1", 175. Cedric King is another 6'1" receiver, along with Gonzalez, who's the leading receiver at 6'2", 170. He's got great size to throw to.
Yes, he does.
And you can see the Tigers counter here. Nazir Pitchford, normally a wide receiver, is now playing corner on this side of the formation. They hand the ball off, nowhere to go, and it's going to be a loss of about half yard on the play. Host of Tigers there.
Yeah, Coach Arcady was pretty confident we could contain their running game, and if we can make them one-dimensional where they have to pass, then that's going to be the ultimate goal here as this game progresses.
Yeah, Nick Herron on the carry there, and he's a very effective runner, nowhere to go. This time in the backfield for the Bulls will be DeMontia Hudson. 3rd and 10. Palmetto now has a 4-man defensive front, 4 linebackers, 2 interiors, 1 exterior, single high safety, and the corners are covering in a drop coverage. Throws it out there, and very good tackle by Nazir Pitchford. So that's going to bring up a punting situation here, Ken.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered for the Tigers, sitting back in the zone, keeping everything in front of you, because they had quite a ways to go for the first down. So got the stop, so Tigers should hopefully get some decent field position here. Their punter, senior, averaging about 33 yards a punt. He gets it high in the air, but what they've got to watch out for, it's very returnable.
Yeah, Nathan Hope, very good-looking punter here, number 34, as you mentioned, Ken. The Tigers have 2 back there in the return unit. Oh, he had to come up early. Gets a high punt out there, and it is going to check up. The Palmetto Tigers are going to have excellent field position. It's going to be spotted at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like delayed or a high snap there where he had to hurry up and get that thing off. Got a little bit of pressure. Got a good punt off, and Tigers got pretty good position, so we'll see how they come out. Will this be they're going to come out heavy and try to grind tonight like they've done against Calvary Christian and others to try to wear down the Wiregrass Ranch defense, or are they going to come out balanced throwing the ball? We'll just have to wait and see.
And they've got Carson Cantor out there over the ball. He is a 6'4", 275-pound defensive tackle.
Nice size.
Hennessy hands the ball off, baiting a tackle or two. Nice gain of about 4 on the play. And that time into the center of the line.
Yeah, Ashton Kelly. Yes. And Kieran is healthy tonight, so we're going to see a good stable of our backs tonight. Not nice 4-yard gain there to kind of get a feel to see what they're doing.
Yeah, Cedric King, the wide receiver, is playing corner over here, covering Jock Harris. They hand the ball off again, and this time, nowhere to go. It's going to be no gain on the play. That brings us up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it looks like they were ready that time for the dive that nowhere puts the Tigers in the 3rd mid-range. They could still run here, a jet sweep, but they've got plenty of receivers they can get the ball to here.
Yeah, we talked about the size of Cedric King over there, another 6'1" corner, and he's matched up against Palmetto's Nazir Pitchford. This time they throw the slant, wide open Jock Harris. Look out! He's at the 30, 40, 30, 20. You will not catch Jock. Tiger touchdown. So really the tale of 2 stories. The quarterback for Wiregrass has an 80-yard, 70-yard touch that is dropped on the first possession, but the Tigers split them with that little bit of an inside deep crosser there to Jock Harris.
Yeah, and then he catches that midstream, and then he is off to the races. And what you just described, both teams needed to get off to a good start, especially Wiregrass, and that could be a difference as this game plays out, because it could be the Tigers trying to tie the game up here.
Hunter Ferguson with a snap, Liam Harold with a hold, and Brandon Galloway with a kick. So the Palmetto Tigers with a 7-0 lead here with 8:08 remaining here in the first.
For Harris, that was his 37th catch of the season, 10th touchdown. And he can turn the Jets on when he needs to. He was like running in a different gear that time, outrunning the defenders.
Yeah, we have not seen Jock Harris even with the ball, and you could see the safety there had a pretty good angle, he's very, very fast, but he underestimated the speed of Jock Harris. You could see that. And, Pasco County and Hillsborough County, we played these teams. They always have, when we play the Bloomingdales and the Tigers play those types of teams, they always have great speed in the secondary.
They do, and but they might not have seen Palmetto speed with our wideouts. So great start for the Tigers to get that strike. A 3-play drive, 1 big play for the score.
And so 8:08 on the clock. We're going to get ready for another kick here. I get a kick out of that beautiful floor from Minnesota floor. Brandon Galloway approaches the ball. Had that big, long, driving kick, and it's going to be out of the back of the end. That was about 11 yards out of the back of the end zone. What a weapon, Brandon Galloway for the Tigers.
Kind of about the same spot he kicked it last time. He must have a little area over there by the pylon that he's been working on. But yeah, what a weapon. We've said it all season. That is something you want to have. Defense wins championship, but when you can win the special teams week in and week out, going away because you've got the weapon, is a good recipe for a deep run.
So now let's see what this very talented Wiregrass Ranch team can come up with. They've got the super receivers, both of them on this side, Gonzalez in the slot, 2 receivers out on the left. Perry checks things out, and he has number 22 in the backfield with him and he hands the ball off. Nice jump cut, big hit from the backside, but not before a gain of 5 on the play. That brings up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that's Isaiah Tyson with the hard hit coming from his outside linebacker position. Nice gain there for Wiregrass Ranch, but it's 2nd and manageable.
And DeMoncha Hudson there You know, he is a big back there. He goes about 185, 190 pounds, 6'1", and that's a really good weapon.
He has an offer from UCF.
Palmetto Tigers jump back, and they hit that one across, and a very nice completion, nice gain. This offense is dangerous there. Another first down ball will be marked at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that's not their true offense, but where mostly a lot of they get is mostly unscripted, but just a nice little slant there into the zone and pitch and catch, get it out, and first and 10.
Pistol depth this time takes Terry, and he got a really good start over here, did the receiver, and a big hit in the middle of the field, gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, I think having Hudson back there, you know, they're going no holds barred tonight, getting their best athletes out on the field because, you know, you're playing a one-game season. He's not their normal back, but they have him in there, and he's running it tough.
They called that a gain of 4 on the play. Excellent chain work over there by Bob Tichy on that south sideline. This time he quickly throws a little bubble screen out there. Needed to get a block, did not get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring they gave him credit for about a half yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Zion Robertson over there, great coverage. These guys are very athletic. They're good when they after they catch the ball, and Paul Moore helping out there, finishing up, makes it third and 6, 7 here. Big play for the Bulls here.
Mike Rumpf, number 0 here for the Tigers, is going to line up on the far sideline in coverage. This time, 2 receivers out. They bring a receiver over in motion from the left. It's Gonzalez. Now they're looking for that left sideline for the big ball. Rumpf's in great position. Incomplete pass. That will bring up a punting situation. Big hit in the backfield there. No call. We might have a replay on that one, Ken, but a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and great coverage by the secondary. He was throwing into double coverage, but they're not afraid to throw the ball down the field. And as we watch it here, okay, but the Tigers had it there.
Yeah, and the pressure was intense.
Patterson and Ramirez there in coverage here. Great job.
Jock Harris is back there to return this one. He waits that one. The kick is going to be made there by number 34, Nathan Hope. You know, he's in a very deep situation. He's coming very high snap. Palmetto Tigers with no pressure. He hits a spiraling high punt, and it's going to check down there at the 22-yard line. And I don't think the coaches are going to be very happy with the returners on that one, Ken.
No, at least, when you turn that ball over, you know, if it hits that turf just right, it's going to bounce another 20 yards. Tigers dodged a bullet. They could be
rights to the broadcast of this region quarterfinal game in the 2025 FHSAA Class 6A. Football championships have been granted to TigerVision by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited.
You know, it is really a fun game, Ken, and not surprisingly, you know, I got to look at a little bit of film on this Wiregrass team, and the thing about these young men, they're a bunch of sophomores, you know, that are these elite players that you're seeing. This is a team that's going to be around for a while, and the coach there, Cantor, is a great coach.
He's been around a good while. Coach Arcady had the utmost respect for him. Actually coached with him, and they're just good people there. They're embedded into the community.
Ashton Kelly plunges forward, a gain of about half yard on the play. So that's going to bring up a second. They give him a yard on the play, brings up a 2nd and 9.
The Tigers still trying to find some running room. Wiregrass Ranch has been able to pretty much control our running game. You know, the Tigers are very balanced in their when you look at the stats, run and pass.
and really the linebacker coming out of the DN position, Chase Cobb. They did a little stunt where he came into the inside, little Texas move, ended up in the middle of the field, made a great play. Hennessy looks out there. He's got a man, and Nazir Pitchford is open for the first down.
Yeah, Pitchford looks like he running out right there. Nice safe throw, wide open.
So he's short of the first down, and that's in that route depth. That was interesting because normally that one is he was pretty uncovered out there.
Yes.
So he was short of the first down. Mark brings up a 2nd and 2 here. 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Maybe that's why they kind of backed off a little. That he maybe cut a little too early. You want to kind of run past the marker so that if you have to go back and get it, you can still get the first down.
Jabari Smith is in the backfield now for the Tigers, and there's Maurice Carter in motion, and there's a big run, and it's Kelly, and he goes for the first down.
Yeah, nice run, great movement off the offensive line on a 3rd short. Pretty much they could have passed or run, still trying to establish that run game, and this should help set that with an easy first down.
Seeing an interesting substitution here, number 50 for the Tigers, Jamarius J.T. Thomas out there. Generally, you might see him in 12 personnel packages. He plays a lot of offensive line. He's out there now playing left tackle in this formation. And looks like Wiregrass Ranch is bringing everybody on this. See if they drop back. And there's a false start or an encroachment. We'll let the pros sort it out.
Let's see what Dave tells us. Dave says it's against us.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 15. One thing about this crew tonight here with the FHSAA officiating crew, we talked about this crew earlier. I think they had the patch on their shirt that says they're like the #1 officiating crew in the area.
Yes.
So that shows, that we got some good ones out there tonight.
Yeah, when you get into playoff football, you want to have the best refs out possible to make these games where they're not part of the outcome.
3 receivers on the left. This time it's a run, trying to get a block. Running forward is Kelly, driving for a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11.
Okay, I think that might have been the first time we saw the Tigers go to the left side of their line for a short game.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. Our offensive lineman, who's also a double left tackle over there, is coming out, going back to traditional. We might see a pass.
Yeah, you've got 3 really good ones over here, covered by 2 really good ones currently. So you got a little bit of a 3-on-2, maybe the slot receiver on the inside. You got Maurice Carter, Nazir Pitchford, and really good defensive back there. Number 21 is Tay Fagan. Now he comes up to press, and there's another false start. So the Tigers again, that's going to bring up a 2nd and long here.
So we just lost the few yards we got on the previous play. I know Coach Sanders, hey guys, this is like game number 12. We shouldn't be having these. And little things like this can determine over the course of a game, could determine the outcome.
Might see kind of a post corner route out of Pitchford now. He looks, Hennessy's got a receiver. It's Pitchford, and he is at the 30. Breaks a tackle, crosses the field. He's at the 15. He's going to score. 10, 5, touchdown, Nazir Pitchford.
Oh, my goodness.
And that one thing that the Palmetto Tigers, we've called a few of their games, Ken, you've seen the play calling is just excellent. You saw the matchup up there.
Yes, you called it. Yeah, and the 3-on-2.
And they spread them out a little bit this time on the formations. We look back at on film, which is going to open up that kind of a
like a little tunnel there down the field. And Hennessy saw it and just laid it there. Pitchford turned around and caught it, running backwards, and then as we watch it here, that's him right here running up the field.
Wow.
And he is there. Look how big of that gap is there, right? And then now as the old yak kicks in, yards after catch, and this is our 50-50 guy out here
Yeah, that's
showing some good east-west moves there.
And some speed.
So, goodness, Hennessy's got his quarterback rating's got to be off the charts right now.
And you had a perfect snap on the extra point by Ferguson, the hold by Liam Harold. And if the exchange is good, we go through the process. Brandon Galloway is going to kick that 100% of the time. The Palmetto Tigers now with a 14-0 lead, 2:12 remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, great start for the Tigers. Much like Largo last year where they came in and upset the Tigers at the end of the game. They won 4 of their last 5 games. Wiregrass Ranch, the same thing. They had a real high. First half of the season was brutal for them. They regrouped. They lost players, but they managed to get through that, and they've won 4 of their 5. So don't count these guys out.
No, and number 21, Tay Fagan, is going to go back with Denteus Austin back there. And that one is kicked
in the same spot.
9.9 in exactly the same spot, 9.9 yards deep. So the Wiregrass Ranch will once again start out from the 20-yard line.
When you look at the stats and especially for the Tigers, with our defense that has been just top notch all season, and with the getting short fields, they don't have the stats to be state ranked just because we're playing on short fields all season. But that's because of the defense and the special teams and.
Yeah, and the opportunity in high school football to go from the 20-yard line and score a touchdown is somewhere in the 20 to 30% ratio.
It's 30%. Yep.
Oh, good tackle there. A host of Tigers. That one was number 4, Dante Parker, and he's a big one, 6'2", 200 pounds. But the Tigers all over at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Wiregrass trying to establish a run game to open up the pass. But they're not having much luck with it.
Again, big Zion Lee, number 99 for the Tigers, 6'3", 300 pounds. So you got a big back in there, plus 200 pounds, and he runs into a formidable defensive tackle in 300-pound Zion Lee.
Yeah, and the other thing about the Tigers this year that they're relatively healthy. They've only have one player out for tonight's game.
This time they have a 4 linebacker look. He rolls to his left. He's looking for the run, and there's a hold on the play. Throws the ball down. Really good coverage. And Patterson over there, but incomplete pass. But the flag is right here on the 30.
So everybody is moving up like he caught the ball. Let's see what Dave Lockwood's going to tell us here, Brian. Holding on the Tigers. Okay.
And so
he must have caught the ball.
So he caught the ball over there. We'll see that on the Arctic Air replay. What a ridiculous catch, because it looked like Palmetto High had 2 in great position.
And this is where Wiregrass Ranch is at their strength. Allowing the quarterback, Terry, to do things unscripted. And this was outside of the zone, and he was able to complete the pass.
This time he runs again. Now he's looking for the edge, and he's going to get hawked down from behind from that speedy Paul Moore back there. Jumped in there and made a tackle.
Yeah, Paul Moore played spy on that play. Again, Terry gets his yards when he gets to improvise, and you got to keep somebody on him. And this is a great test having to deal with a dual-threat quarterback.
Interesting for the Palmetto Tigers. They've got kind of the 4 linebacker. It would be 2 strong safeties look. And they're like Roberson there is like 6'1" and 190 pounds, rangy and fast. It's not like the old days of Sam, Will, and Mike. You've got those outside linebackers are almost safeties out there. Terry misses his receiver on that, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, where the Tigers are blessed on their defense when you can put that corner down there and operate as an outside linebacker.
Correct.
Where you can play 2 levels and sometimes 3. You've got some really good athletes. Not too many people can do that. So big play here. Obviously, Wiregrass Ranch needs to make a conversion here.
And you got to watch, not let him beat you with his feet because, man, this kid looks fantastic. Stands back in the pocket. There's a flag thrown. He throws it out late to the receiver. And that's either going to be a defensive holding or offensive interference. Going out of the break there, number 6, Jonah Gonzalez was so wide open you'd almost – we'll see.
Dave Lockwood, what you going to tell us?
And it's a false start.
Oh, man, that hurts.
Wow. Illegal formation. So what happened there on the illegal formation? They didn't have 7 across the line. If we had the replay, or we had our sideline guy here tonight, he would tell you that, looking out there across the field, there were only 6 lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a no-no. You got to have a balanced line, and that one hurt. So they go from a 3rd and 12 conversion now to a 3rd and 17.
Really. All right, Palmetto Tigers rolling up a little pressure. Look, let's see if the linebacker drops in coverage. He does. Terry, and they're going to contain bookends. Now he breaks outside. It's being chased by Lee. Throws one up there late, and it's caught by the receiver. He could have had a fair catch on that, and really that was just a punt thrown out there, and Palmetto unable to play the ball.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Dante Terry, again, unscripted, throws the 50-50 ball, which we use Pitchford for.
Yeah.
And they were successful. This is why their receivers are averaging 18 yards per catch.
Yeah.
And, he's trying to get outside and possibly run, but he's really good about keeping his eyes downfield. And this kid is just a 10th grader.
And Cedric King, a nice size, 6'1", and that ends the first quarter at...
You are watching the 2025 FHSAA Football Region Quarterfinals on TigerVision. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by TigerVision and the FHSAA.
Set to 12. So we've got a little technical difficulty. Let's talk about what we've seen so far in this game. Looking at the Wiregrass line, they've got some really big players out there. One thing that we've seen, they have one of those big 300-pounders that plays both ways, and we'll see how that fares out in the second half. But you can see the size across the line. Number 55 is going to be, it's listed at 230 pounds, and then big, number 76, Cameron Sacheo, 6'3", 330-pound guard on that right there. So was a lot of that success that you're seeing from Terry, from the quarterback here, is because he's got some really quality, what we used to call big uglies up there.
Big uglies, yes. The guard sticks out. He's a big boy.
Goodness gracious.
Yes.
And 72, over there is not small either. Daniel Merceo is 6'2", 240. Don't believe that. The left tackle.
No, he's 240. No.
When he was a ninth grader, he may have been two. And he is only a junior.
Okay.
So there is just a tremendous amount of young level for this high performing team, Wiregrass Ranch.
Yeah, they were a perennial playoff team. I mean, we played them 3 or 4 years ago here in the first round, so they're no stranger to
For the latest official
playing
news about Florida high school
football
sports,
late in the
including
season.
results of all rounds in the 2025 FHSAA football championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA.
You know, we're having some, they're going to keep the clock on the field here. So we may get from time to time to find out time on the game here. This reminds me of being in Jacksonville, many years in Jacksonville. It seemed like, you know, on Saturdays, there's always clock issues for about 10 or 11 years straight there.
Yeah, the big game every year where you get Georgia and Florida, and you've got all the whole year to prepare for it, and then it doesn't work every year, you know.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So this time, you know, knocking on the door here, a good possession, you know, a couple long tosses that were, you know, Palmetto defenders may have done a little bit better. The ball was in the air a long time, but you got to give credit to the receiver out there. It's nice to have, you know, a 6'1", rangy receiver. And then they got the burner that made the tremendous catch down the sideline. He's also
right
the
there.
returner.
Yes.
Austin.
They spent a lot of time preparing for this kind of offense where, again, it's unscripted to be in place.
Tonight's game in the 2025 FHSAA Class 6A Football Championships is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida's student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship.
You know, one thing that they'll learn, you know, high school football players, as they've had an Palmetto defense has an opportunity to look at the offensive set out here for quite a long period of time. One thing you might do in the future is, you know, bunch it up a little bit, wait for things. Now here you see that the Wiregrass is trying not to show the defense what set they're in.
Yeah, exactly. They can pull out Coach Arcady can pull out his tendency chart and okay, it's whatever. Wow, the scoreboard is completely off. And look, okay, in this position, how many times have they been on this side of the field in this formation on this down and are they left-handed, right-handed on this time or not? A lot of things, yeah. You can just huddle up and disguise it a little bit.
You know, it's as we have the pause in the action here to reflect about these teams, you know, I'll talk about Wiregrass here. The surge that they made when the sophomore quarterback started playing a lot more reps, you know, in the middle of the season and gained confidence. Boy, does he ever look the part. You know, you would think that the basketball coach at Wiregrass, you know, is thinking, you know, a 6'4", 190-pound guy that can run like that could be a stretch four player. He could also be, you know, the scorer out of the three position in basketball. Yeah. But, you know, the athletic director at Wiregrass and, you know, the coaches over there, and that's David Wilson, you know, they're looking for the win tonight. And I can tell you that the basketball coach, but you'd love to have a guy like the quarterback that out there on the playing some round ball.
Yeah, let them go deep into the playoffs, but as soon as that season's over, I want you out at practice. I got to find a role for you on our team.
Okay, so now the clock has 12 on it here. Great job by Fan and the clock operator, and they're going to blow the ball dead. And it's going to be encroachment on the Tigers.
My goodness.
So that's bringing up a now 1st and 5.
Yeah, Coach Sanders is just you know, we had a couple of opportunities on offense where the Tigers have been called, and now the defense.
And now they're in that Heinz Law red zone, as we like to say. But the Wiregrass Ranch, the Bulls tonight, They're really good. You can see number 7 over here. Is that returner that made
Slot.
the great kid on the slot? He's not the tallest guy, but I guarantee you he's just ate up with quicks, Ken. Now that big receiver Price comes over. They have a combination route over the left side. Steps up late, throws across his body, and he is in for 6. And there's the completion into Cedric King. And really good play there by the quarterback. Bought a little time. And so the Bulls are on the board.
And this is how they have operated and had great success, letting him keep his eyes down the field, gets out of contain. You know, he could run here, but he sees him streaking across the field. Obviously, Terry knows the offense well. He knows where his receivers are. Nice pitch and catch for the score.
And now we're waiting the snap. It's a very nice hold. The kick is up and good. And so the Wiregrass Ranch, really impressive drive, Ken. 2 big, really 3 big receptions there,
Yes.
but the 2 50-50 balls really played huge on that last possession.
Yeah, exactly. And as much as the Tigers have dominated with their big play passing tonight, it's just a 1-score game, and so they're back in it here. It's a ball game, and so now we will see what Wiregrass Ranch is going to do as far as kick coverage. Are they going to kick it back to our guys, or try to squib it away and take their chances there?
Yeah, really, and the extra points in a game like this where it's going to be potentially a shootout. You know, you had a really good snap there by number 11, Caleb Grown. He is a senior long snapper, and he had the snap back there, and a really good hold is Jonah Gonzalez. A very dangerous receiver is back there holding kicks, so that's something you also have to look out for in the game.
So, when you get a bad snap and they yell fire, you've got an athletic guy scooping that ball up. And the kicker's a senior. He's had a great season. Juan Sanchez. No, I'm sorry, he's 11th
Nathan
grader.
Hope. It's I believe that was Nathan Hope.
Yes,
to kick that one away.
Hope's the kicker. That's right.
Yeah, and he's back here on the kickoff duty. Now here's a very big challenge for him. 2 back there for the Tigers to return. A short, high kick, kind of a pooch kick. Finds a void.
You better get it.
Got to get on it. And looking to find a crease, unable to turn that corner, was Jock Harris. And there's a player down over on that side of the field, Wiregrass. It looks like he's okay.
So it looked like Wiregrass ended up doing the pooch, and that was a live ball there.
That's
but
scary.
The funny thing about it, Harris picks that thing up. Had he not been tripped up there with the shoestring tackle, he might have had daylight down the home side sideline.
Yeah, we have yet, covering the games for the Palmetto Tigers this year, we have yet to see him caught from behind, even with guys that have pretty good angles. He's one of those runners that has his hands behind of his pocket.
Yes.
One of those flyers. Once he turns that corner, it's usually lights out and a house call. Hennessy awaits this one out of pistol depth. He's got Ashton Kelly in the backfield with him. Looked like the Tigers were in motion, brings him off, and they're a new little bubble there, and that's Maurice Carter. Now, generally, that would be Ace Luther, the tight end, so he lined up in the slot like a tight end, came across formation like normally the tight end would.
Tight end, and of course, Luther we lost with a knee injury back at the Leonard game when we won the district championship. So this is a little wrinkle. Yeah, so now you got the wide receiver doing kind of what Ace Luther's been, the tight end has been, and it's been deadly when Luther's run it. So great pitch and catch there.
I did not see that one coming, Ken, because he lined it up. I thought maybe he'd run out with a little flanker screen on the other side. This time they do throw it out there, a little screen, need to get a block, and the ball's out. And it's going to be recovered by Wiregrass Ranch. So the ball will be down at the 41-yard line. Big turnover. We'll get a look at the replay there. Nazir Pitchford.
He's running with those guys hanging all over him, and you got to watch out for the peanut punch here. Let's see if we can pick this up.
I think that was the coach's son coming out and making a play to recovery, but
number 15 looks like he stripped it right there. He just went in there and
how about that?
Went in there wrapping around him and grabbed that ball and pulled it out. And haven't had a lot of turnovers this year by the Tigers on offense. So that's another thing that in playoff football, special teams, penalties, and now turnovers can change the game dramatically.
And if that number was familiar to you, that was the last receiving touchdown. Cedric King, now over there playing corner, makes a play on defense with a forced fumble. Terry in the pocket, steps up, throws another long ball.
There we go.
Tigers in great position. And he turns it up. He's at the 10. And ball's out again. It's picked up. And it's going to be down at the 10-yard line. Yeah. So it's our ball at the 10. And that was Patterson, Jeremiah Patterson with a pick.
Yeah. Covered it great. He's laying on the track. Probably just mad at himself. Hopefully he's okay. And then Anthony Clemens, Johnny on the spot, is able to get the ball. No, he's holding his leg. I hope he's okay.
Didn't look good.
Yeah. So he's sitting there camped out at safety. Terry throws the ball. Right there. Nice play.
And it's going to be King is going to trail the backside of this.
And again, the same thing. They come around and do the peanut punch, and thank goodness Clemens was there.
And that was Jonah Gonzalez, one of the leading receivers. So two receivers from the offensive set have made great plays on defense. Palmetto Tiger tried to bounce this one outside, and it goes for Kelly goes forward for about a 1-yard gain on the play. It brings up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I think Coach Sanders just, hey guys, settle down. Let's make sure we handle the ball here. We don't need another turnover. We don't need to help them by any means. It's still just a 1-score game, and so let's establish this run and just run our offense here.
So you have Nazir Pitchford and Carter wide to the right on this side of the formation. See if Hennessy looks to the left for the single receiver.
Yes.
And he throws down that sideline, and very, very, very good coverage. And that one's going to be number 15, Price, making another play.
Yeah, so I'm saying Coach is going to be conservative here, and then he sees that matchup over there you called and threw it down the field, and again, great coverage there. So that puts the Tigers at a 3rd and 9 here. See what
one thing that we've seen out of Coach Sanders is the Palmetto staff, when they have dual players going, whether it was a Calvary Christian game, other games,
yes,
they try to keep those guys out on the field a long time, and you can see the wear and tear, especially now the receivers.
Yes.
All right, Hennessy looks, rolls to his right.
Throw it away.
Throws it out of bounds, and a driving tackle back there, incomplete pass.
Hennessy pressured on the play.
Now here's something we haven't seen much of this year, Brandon Galloway punting.
Yes, he hasn't had to punch, but Hennessy there doing the smart thing, just throw the ball away on the rollout. Just nobody there to throw it to and just live for another day. Yeah, Hennessy, I think he's averaging about 38 yards a punt, but again, he hasn't had to punt much.
Yeah, and he's had it from short field position. This is Galloway will punt. Now, interesting dynamic here. You've got the left-footed punter there. It's a different spin. It's a different look.
Yes.
He's got the capability of throwing that thing high into the lights. So it'll be interesting to see how Denteus Austin, fields this ball. Pretty good snap.
Hurry.
There's the kick. A very high booming kick.
He doesn't even want to catch it.
Oh, and it checks up backwards, and generally that one will roll another 20 yards, so it goes out of bounds on the 44.
So I think the punt returner must have heard the broadcast here. He didn't touch that with the 10-foot pole, and I don't blame him too. Again, that ball spinning the opposite way, kicking that thing up in the lights, and he was back on the 5, and he kicked that thing all the way down to the 38 to bounce backwards, but pretty much flipped the field about as best as he could there.
And really an unfortunate bounce on that one. That one checked up. So we're going to get an opportunity to have the Arctic Air sideline reporter Bill Britt here in a while, but 10-11 on the clock. Palmetto defense lines up. Man, what a offensive team that we're seeing out of Wiregrass. Look at those players out there on that field. They're all dynamic. Number 8, but, well, I guess that's why they're in the regional playoffs.
Yeah, and you got 4 on the wide side of the field here tonight.
They keep it, and he gets outside. He's got the edge, and he has the first down. Gain of 13 on the play.
Yeah, and this is not something that they normally do, but saw an opening there on the short side of the field. You got to contain over there. You don't have a lot to contain, but good blocking out there kind of opened it up, and he's an athlete. He's going to get down the field quickly.
Look at Zion Roberson, an outside linebacker, strong safety, is in that position. He's guarding receivers out here on the hash, along with Anthony Peanut Clements. And there's some good ones out there. If you get a really good push off, he throws the long ball down the sideline, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Really good job there by number 20 for the Tigers, and that is Rex Schwartz.
Yeah, Rex Schwartz, great coverage there. That was going to be a tight fit, 50-50 ball at best to complete. Man, they throw the ball. Wow.
And one thing in high school football, some of you watch that from the outside, there is no face guarding in high school football. So you can just sit back there, watch the receiver's hand, and rip it out of there. So Schwartz made a good play. Man.
Yeah, big play. Confidence booster for him there, definitely.
Stops the clock with 9:39. This is going to be a long game with all the passing. This time he runs it up the middle of the field, and it's going to be very close. He's going to be just short.
Yeah, he's going to put them in a
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. They can open up the playbook. Yeah, I think that was a planned quarterback draw there. Fake to the jet sweep and then let him do his thing.
Look at the way that they've got the 4 receivers spread out on this side of the field. Probably bring one of those receivers over in motion to the right, one single out there. So they got an empty set with 5 wide, 4 on this side. Man, I love that.
Wow.
That is
wide open.
That is fun to watch. He rolls to his right, and lots of pressure. He's going to have to throw one up and hope for a catch. He throws it late down the boundary, very close. And they say he made the catch. We'll see a great look on that, and that's Gonzalez over there.
Obviously very impressed with Terry, sophomore quarterback. But these receivers
good route.
Coming back to the ball, and he's in trouble here. He could throw it away. Hennessy threw his away a little while ago, but he keeps his eyes open. And
that was close.
Yeah, it was very close.
Very close.
Very close.
A really good play by Gonzalez, Ken.
And they keep the drive going.
This time, Palmetto comes from the edge. Paul Moore chasing him down from the backside. He throws across his body late, got a wide open man, and that's Price again for 6. Cedric King. What a game this young man is having, right, Ken?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Forced fumbles, 2 receptions.
Fumbles, touchdown, and they're 1 point away from tying the game. They are the real deal here. And again, this is where they are at their best when he is allowed to just invent things here, that those receivers are going to get open for him because they know that he can get the ball to them.
Caleb Groen will snap this one back to Jonah Gonzalez, and approaching the ball is Nathan Hope. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and there's a whistle on the field before the snap. It's going to be a false start on the kicking team.
Against the Bulls.
So they'll have to kick that again. It makes it a little bit more difficult. Instead of 95% is probably 92%, kicking a 25-yard extra point.
Just another opportunity, the long.
You muff it, and it could be the difference in the ball game.
Long snappers never get any recognition at all. I try to find them and call them out because the only time you recognize is when there's a bad exchange there in the process. So this time he fires it back, and it's a low snap, and it is up and It is good. So this game is knotted up 14-14 with 8:22 in the first quarter. Or first half.
Yeah. So the Tigers get 2 quick scores on their first 2 drives, and penalties and interceptions and the fumbles have caught them. They need to settle that down. But on the other hand, Wiregrass Ranch not panicking, just sticking to their game, and great offense turnout here. Even with their turnover, they have gotten back into this game. So it'll be interesting to see how the Tigers handle this next possession.
So, the style last time they did a little pooch kick that the Tigers did not play as aggressively as perhaps they could have, but almost took that one out of there, and 2 dangerous returners back there.
So Coach Toma has already made the adjustment here. He's got to you've got
Jay Washington back.
Jay Washington back there. You've got 1 deep, and then everybody else playing a zone. Oh, you got to catch that. You got to get it.
Step out of bounds. He's trying to get a block. Makes 1 or 2 miss. Now he takes a big hit at the 8-yard line. So really, not a very good job. Really good placement on the kick there. So a great job by number 34, Nathan Hope. You got a lot of field out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Found a hole.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been bragging about our kicker, and they get it on the 20 every time. The Tigers on their first one they almost didn't field it, and then this one they're starting on their own 8-yard line here.
Yeah, it was Jock Harris back there.
Yeah, and he's normally very sure-handed.
Took a big hit there, coming up number 28, and that was Damian McLaren. Great tackle.
Uncharted territory here for the Tigers, having to go 92 yards.
Yeah, very unusual. Shane Partridge in the backfield. He gets the ball, jumps outside, runs a man over, and he is good for a gain of 5 on the play.
Shane Partridge is a great change of pace back. Little guy, very, very shifty, and coming in with 450 yards and 6 touchdowns. So good to see him out there.
The big back, Ashton Kelly, in the backfield now, riding a little left sidecar out of the pistol formation. Hennessy in the backfield, 3 receivers out on the left side of the formation. Kelly gets it, lots of body lean. He's got the first down and more. Takes a little bit of hit, glances off of that one, first down.
Yeah, looks like the offensive line looking like they're maybe starting to wear down Wiregrass Ranch's defensive line there. 2 good runs there. See if they can continue this. If it is, it could make a long night for Wiregrass Ranch.
And this number 43 back there, Cobb. I mean, this kid, Chase Cobb, is involved. Well, it's almost like he's in an old traditional Mike linebacker, but he's a downhill playing linebacker out of it. This time he drops in coverage. They throw it out there, taking a few miss, and that's going to be Jock Harris.
Jock Harris.
You never know. You never know.
So a nice gain, and almost like a running play. You get 5 yards, but just throw a little inside slant there, and just nowhere to go. He's got to. I mean, he's very shifty, but you got to get past 6 of them. That's a tall task.
And he got down because he had some not so friendly fire coming at him from the backside. He was able to pick that up and get down. There was a big linebacker coming back there, or D tackle coming back that just wiped that one up. Ashton Kelly drives forward, still going. He's at the 50. All the way down to the 44-yard line. Great run by Ashton Kelly.
Yeah, again, the offensive line coming off the ball there, and loads of running room for Kelly. They're just gashing them now. They struggled early.
Okay, we got official timeout for the water break. Let's go down the Arctic Air sideline reporter, Bill Brett.
Band's champion has a ring to it. Herb Jones is the official championship partner of the Florida High School Athletic Association. celebration. Every season has a story. Let Herb Jones help celebrate yours with an official championship ring.
Establishing the right game. This is
NFL
Florida.
guy, right?
It's a beautiful night, and you're going to need to be able to win in the trenches and pound the rock. So I like seeing them pick up the right game here on this drive.
Does it give you an itch to kind of get out there again?
Yeah, no, I meant, man, these kids, evolution is real. These kids are so much more athletic, and I'm excited to just be out here and watch it from the sideline.
You might have trouble keeping up with a few of these kids out here, maybe.
Yeah, I'm really comfortable where I'm at right now, right here on the sideline next to you.
All right, guys, always good to see Palmetto grad done good in Mistral. And anytime we'll have you on the show.
Great interview with Mr. Raymond, and this time running forward. A nice gain on the play, driving for 7 yards. And that's Kieron Jones back. It's good to see him back.
Yes, yeah, he took a little tumble late this season. They rested him for the East League game, and so he's had a few weeks to heal up, and going to need him if the Tigers are fortunate to go for a long, deep playoff run here. Leading rusher this season with 660 yards.
Clock continues to wind, and that's just fine for the Palmetto Tigers. Want to slow this thing down a little bit, have a 2nd and 4. Ashton Kelly in the backfield. They fake it to him. Needs to get a block. Hennessy changes the ball over in his hands, rolls to his right, throws it away. Had a receiver in the area, heads up play by Hennessy.
Yeah, it looked like, who was that was for Maurice Carter. I thought he was throwing it away, and lo and behold, behind the bench there was Carter trying to dive after it. So good heads-up play by Hennessy. Just lived for another down. Just 3rd and 3. Still lots of things in the playbook here that the Tigers can do here. They've been running well on this series. Got Kelly in there, so that's definitely a good option.
Believe it or not, the Palmetto Tigers are already in field goal range. They have the Wiregrass Ranch players jump off sides, encroachment. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
And again, that's a result of the Tigers gashing their defense with running the ball this time, trying to jump. The line has been dominating the line of scrimmage, and they're just trying to do whatever they can. And, like a whole bunch of them, they're
they
jumping. It wasn't one of them, it was several.
They held their ground, though. And as we always say in high school football, once you're across, it's over. You can't jump back. Now this time Hennessy looks. He got a receiver, and it's Maurice Carter driving forward. 1st down. He's down at the 15-yard line, so he's in the Heinz Law red zone.
Yeah, I think that's Carter's first catch tonight. I didn't see where he lined up, but he came across the field there and was open. Easy pitch and catch for the 1st down, and lots of yards after the catch. Okay, he must have lined up in the slot, and
he came out of that position over there where Ace Luther was lining up and coming across out of the H-back type position off the left-hand side.
Exactly.
So that's been effective.
Yes.
So Ashton Kelly in the backfield, 3 receivers on the left side, and single coverage here. And Ashton Kelly's got it up the middle. Driving forward. Blow that train whistle. He's in for the Tiger touchdown. Man. So we've seen a lot of air raid tonight out of this Wiregrass, but that time it was ground and pound by the big back, Ashton Kelly.
And again, they started this drive in unfamiliar territory. They went 92 yards, mostly pounding ground, but watch him running there. He's running 10 yards before he takes his first hit, and then pile drives the rest of them, carrying a couple of them in for the touchdown. Puts the Tigers up.
Good snap by Ferguson, the hold by Liam Harold, and Brandon Galloway puts that one out about 70 yards out of the back of the end, 60 yards out of the back of the end zone.
It's over there on 14th. As the cars are going by, one of them's going to run over that ball.
So 4:19 on the clock here.
Yeah.
Palmetto Tigers, they've got that point on the board. It's 21. 14 lead.
Yeah, and the Tigers offense needed to come through there as Wiregrass Ranch was down 14, got themselves back in the game. Tigers responded, offense responded with a great 92-yard drive after muffing the kickoff, and all is good in Tiger Town for the moment.
Yeah, but with a team that, with the incomplete passes, the clock is going to stop. 4 minutes and 19 seconds from what we've seen out of the Wiregrass offense, even if they're coming off the 20, it's an eternity.
It is
for this group.
Yes, yes.
Really, tonight watching this game and the receiving formations and everything, I've had a lot of flashbacks to the old Steve Spurrier days with 5 wide, 4 wides, and all the routes. The receivers have been running great routes, good depth. The quarterback has a quick, short release coming out of his hand.
Yes. The old fun and gun, right?
Oh, very impressive. Very impressive. Now Brandon Galloway smokes this one, and it is 11 yards out of the back of the end zone.
Okay, that one he helicoptered out. It was literally sideways, spinning, and first time he's kicked over from east to west, and same result. Let's see what Wiregrass Ranch has in the playbook, in the tank here. There's still plenty of time here in the first half. They've been successful here of late. Let's see if they can go for the trifecta and get 3 in a row here.
Really, a challenge. I'm seeing some secondary rotation for the Tigers back there in defense for the Tigers. Number 22, Tristan Ramirez is out there. We've seen great things out of him. He's on this side. So the Tigers and Schwartz is back there. They are really moving some bodies around, understanding that this is going to be a very long game. And if you don't change the bodies around out here in the fourth quarter,
yes,
you're going to be in trouble.
You are, yes. Absolutely true, Brian.
Peanut Clements is covering on this side of the formation. He throws to the other side. Wide open receivers down. Knees down. A gain of about 5 on the play.
Yeah, nice first down call. It's equivalent to a run play. Opens a second and short. Still plenty of time. Tigers kind of sitting back here a little bit. Don't want to give up the big play. And they also got to keep an eye on the quarterback improvising.
2nd and 4 here. Palmetto Tigers, you might want to jump around on that defensive line, try to get a false start out of that offense, because, they are dynamic. He throws it late, and the ball's thrown over the coverage of the outside linebacker. That was a perfect pass, Ken.
Yeah, actually, and kudos to the offensive line. He had plenty of time to throw here. They were only rushing 3 that time, was sitting with 8 back. You can almost count them all, 8 back there, and they still was able to complete the pass. He's dangerous. He is dangerous. You want to stick to your coverage, but you've got to keep it. You got to keep an eye on him and then the receivers.
Gonzalez in motion, but this time they're going to go bubble screen out there, making a play on the sideline. So it goes for a gain of 4, and that one was out to McCullough that time. Alex.
Yeah, that looks more like Palmetto. 1, 2, 3, pass the ball, and equivalent again to a running game, which they have not been too successful. So you throw these little bubble screens or quick little outs, and it's just like a running play to have an opportunity to move the chains.
Palmetto really's 3 on the line and bringing an extra around the edge. Bringing 3, dropping 8. Now he looks, throws it late down the sideline, got a receiver, makes a fantastic catch, and that one is made by number 15, Cedric King.
Yeah, he threw it behind him. Might have to come back and see this thing. He had to fit that in between 2 defenders that were in close proximity. But Johnny on the spot for the receiver to be aware and to make the adjustment.
Really good job by the offensive tackle out there, number 55. Had that was Kellen Johnson. Great protection on the right side of the formation. Looks like Carter is coming this time. He chases him out, misses the tackle. He throws it late across his body. That one's going to be picked. Oh, should have been picked off by Anthony Peanut Clemens. That time.
Peanut had it.
That throw there is something I've been seeing on Saturday. You know, you get enamored by the sidearm tosses. Running toward the line of scrimmage, he left his feet as he made that throw, so he didn't have the velocity. I saw one of those in Jacksonville just a couple of weeks ago. Again, watch this.
Watch it. Right there is what you're talking about. And then Peanut goes up and he jumped as high as he could on that one. But great coverage and preventing another completion.
He shows he has a great arm.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But, if he drives that foot to the ground, gives that a little bit more depth, lost a little velo from that jumping while throwing. This is a nice-looking throw. Goodness gracious, wide-open receiver, and he's in for 6, and that's Gonzalez. Touchdown, Wiregrass Ranch.
Yeah, they are really lighting it up. We knew this was coming in based on, getting to watch a little bit of film and looking at their statistics, but they are, again, great blocking there and just splitting
and a dime.
And then, he throws a
45-yard dime down the hash. Beautiful looking throw there by Daniel Terry. Impressive. Oh, the kick is up, and he ekes it in the right crossbar, so that is a score. And this game is tied up 21-21 with 1:48 remaining in the half.
So the benefits for the Tigers with this running gun that we're watching here, they moved down the field very quickly and got the score. It gives the Tigers an opportunity here with 3 timeouts. Minute 48 to run their 2-minute drill here. Coming back second half, I think we get the ball. No, we got the ball. We got the ball. So Wiregrass Ranch will get the second half kickoff.
And they're going to have to come 80 yards.
But it's going to be imperative here for the Tigers to respond here.
Yeah, we do get the ball coming out. We did kick off to start. We get the ball coming out. I was just informed of that.
Okay. So we have an opportunity here for a 2-for-1. Great opportunity here to with the 2-minute drill. But bigger yet here, we've struggled with this kickoff situation here. They've got some type of setup here where they've got four or five people over on the far side of the field, one on the 30, one on the 20, one on the 10, and one on the 5, all like a Z.
So what you would ideally want to do is lob it to the other side of the field. And he kicks it to the side where the coverage teams can't play but he doesn't. Now he's got a really looking for a lane. Jock Harris stumbling, and he's going to have a great return to the 35. Plenty of time for the Tigers, 1:40 on the clock.
Yeah, just a little scary there letting that ball hit. He's been kicking in at about the same spot. But regardless, Harris with a nice return. Again, if they hadn't got him turned around a little bit, he might have taken that one to the house. Yeah, don't let that thing bounce. But once he gets an open field here, they just enough to slow him down there. The blockers were setting up for the long haul, but
penalty on the play. Yeah, number 31 with a good tackle there, and that was Dominic Stewart, a defensive back, made a great tackle there. Anytime that Jock Harris for Palmetto has the ball, he has the threat of taking it the whole way. So there's
about a 10-yard penalty there because I think he was on about the 36, so 26, so 74 yards. They have 100 seconds here with all 3 timeouts. Clock stops on a first down.
Plenty of time.
So great opportunity here. They practice this every day. They have all season, so let's see if they can execute.
And all those talented, long, wide receivers are now in the secondary back there. And Palmetto drives it forward with Shane Partridge, gain of about 2 on the play.
Yes, because they have their timeouts and because the clock stops on first down, they still can run the ball. They don't have to be in a hurry here.
And really, you've got kind of a, umbrella type protection here, maybe a dime, bend but don't break, kind of formation. And you've got a bunch of very long, tall coverage guys out there.
They are.
So what you might want to do, and Nazir Pitchford slips, and Hennessy was intending to throw that to him. He takes the sack on the play. So that clock is going to wind, and that brings up a third down. I think the Tigers will probably let the clock wind. Let's look and see if Wiregrass takes a timeout over there.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to get a sack, and Pitchford stumbled trying to get through, getting through the coverage there. So we'll see what Coach Sanders dials up here. They can let the clock run down here because they can also try a long field goal, which again they have all their timeouts. We're under 30 seconds.
And I probably would have burned a timeout over there. It's an opportunity, but the Ranch thinks, and this time it's Kelly. Does not make it to, so the clock is going to continue to wind. They're going to grab a timeout. Now I'm sure there's 11 seconds, 10 seconds on the clock. Because you could have a bad snap here on the punt.
Well, they're going to let it run.
That's
here.
surprising. That's surprising.
Yeah, exactly. The way the special teams have been played today with some crazy snaps, anything could happen, but they're going to settle. And Wiregrass Ranch has to be happy going in as the 8th seed here against the top seed, 21-21.
All right, coming out of that, we're going to grab our Arctic Airline sideline report, Coach Sanders and Bill Brett.
We knew this was a good team, so we got to play a full 48 minutes here and finish this thing off.
What can we expect to see in terms of adjustments in the second half?
We need to play harder and finish drives.
Very good. Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. So we've got a really exciting game here. We're going to have their statistics come in from Stephen Johnson of our Atlanta studios. As the clock goes to the first half, we'll take the Richardson-Stinton halftime break here. The stats will come in. But, Ken, in this FHSAA Class 6A playoff, what a game. And we said that it was going to be fun to watch Daniel Terry run this offense, and he has been everything as advertised.
Yeah, he is the real deal. He's only a 10th grader, but he plays, you alluded to it, plays much older than that. He plays, some of these plays look like plays you would see on Saturday, the way he keeps his eyes up and keeps the plays alive, and that's been the MO of their season this year, and that's what Coach Arcady was concerned about coming in. And I don't think our defense, other than the Riverview game, has seen such a challenge.
Yeah, and it's total, and it's the opposite. Because the Riverview game was how do we stop that run?
Yes.
In this game, and how in the world do you stop the pass with 4 and 5 receiver sets, empty backfields, a lot of depth combinations, route combinations. It looks a lot like Kerwin Bell up at Ocala Trinity Catholic,
Just
running
it out. Yeah.
Some of the schemes that we saw there, with the old Spurrier and, another offensive coordinator here in Palmetto that we, north of the river that we see. So, Ken, just an impressive game tonight. We thought we'd have a great one here. And you got to remember that you're watching the 2025 FHSAA Football Regional Quarterfinal on TigerVision. It's presented by Conley Buick GMC. We are so happy to cover the game here. I think we've been able to put some pretty good highlights out there for you. If you wanted some highlights in a football game, you've come to the right place at Harley here tonight, Ken.
Oh yeah, especially on the passing side. Palmetto's first 2 scores were on quick burst plays that our guys got in the open field and took it to the house, and then Wiregrass Ranch with their Kerwin Bell-esque fun and gun offense here, and then Palmetto going 92 yards on a grind, and 21-21. We're right where we started when we kicked off, and got an exciting second half in front of us.
Yeah, then we'll take it to the break here. But, Ken, as you talked pregame, defense travels. deep into the playoff system. And then the other side of the coin is the team that scores the most points always wins the football game. And what you would expect to see in the second half, I really don't expect there's going to be a 42-42 game going into an overtime here. I would expect one of the defense to make an adjustment at halftime, change things up, and see if they can go out and win the game in the second half.
Yeah, that would be a great scenario, especially for the Tigers. The other thing too is, as you talked about earlier, they have players going both ways. I mean, we might have a handful that have done some, but pretty much platoon duties here. And in the past, we've seen Palmetto come out and dominate in the second half. But with this offense that they have, they can light it up real quick. So, again, an interesting half in front of us.
And that has been something we've seen. I'll close it up here, but we've seen that in these games where it's 85, 88 degrees, that kind of thing. Guys are wearing out in the second half, especially when, you saw all of their wide receivers out there at Wiregrass Ranch out on the defensive side of the ball, making plays. You got big old Cedric King forcing fumbles, running routes, scoring touchdowns, and traditionally that turns into cramps late in the third and the fourth quarter, and you're unable to play in the fourth, but it's a little cooler tonight. For the friends that watch TigerVision, we have them watching from Canada and all kinds of places up there. They've seen that, but it's like a very cool, crisp night, and we may not see those cramping issues from the dual-way players tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's 68 degrees, perfect night for football. This is the weather for if you're Floridian. You're fighting hurricanes and thunderstorms and tornadoes. This is up in the north. They get in October. We have to wait for November.
Yep. So let's sit back, enjoy the game at home. We're going to get back. We'll do the halftime break here, and we'll pick it up live in the third quarter.
You are watching the 2025 FHSAA Football Region Quarterfinals on TigerVision.
Hello, I'm Greg Ellie of the Prosperity Group. Do you have an annuity? You hear a lot of things in the internet about annuities. You hear how bad they are, yet about 80% of people have some form of annuity. Many of you have an annuity that's probably over 2 to 3 years old. Did you know that right now you could refinance that annuity and potentially get higher guarantees, greater income, even if you've already started income? If you want to learn about it, go to mymoneyissafe.com.
The FHSAA is now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Tweet us, like us, and tag us on your social platforms by searching for FHSAA. Keep up with teams and people who strive to make high school athletics in the state of Florida the best. Be a fan of it all by following us on social media at FHSAA.
It's morning again in Palmetto. Today, over 1,000 people will move from other states to Florida. Jobs and industries are rebounding, and so are the housing markets. It is no better time than the present to invest in quality real estate here. A safe and friendly place for your kids to play. A thriving hometown culture immersed in historic districts like no other. A place to turn a house into a home. Palmetto proud. Matthew Guthrie and Associates Realty.
Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. The next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
Hey guys, it's Alan Conley from Conley Buick GMC. Halftime's almost over, so make sure you stay tuned. Go Tigers!
I low-key might lay down. If I can get my 11-minute nap, I'll be so happy. I'm gonna get my 8-minute nap, trust.
Thanks, sir. I do, but she's like, you're like kind of I want to ask for cheese. Oh, I lied. I want to ask for cheese like in a cup, but I don't need it. What? Oh, it doesn't make sense. You good, Joe? Yeah. Got your bedtime?
I had my what do you like? We're about an 8
for like because RCC does car parking, and like apparently we have to go tell Colonel something, and I guess I've never done car parking, so I don't know how it works.
Probably didn't help that first half I was jumping around.
But he was like, oh, it's slow, so I want to talk to him about like.
Hey, Ian's looking for you. Ian.
And he was like,
I don't know.
The overseer. And then, so another cadet was like telling me or whatever, and I was like, oh, he left, like, he was doing anything. And I came over like, oh, there's a rifle. And then, yeah, so I was just like, if Joe comes for his class, or like rifle practice, you talk to Colonel, Colonel's like, Colonel looks intimidating. Hey, I should go to see him in the skates. He does. What? He does. Wait, which one is Colonel? He's like, you never really see him. He has glasses, he's really tall. Is he bald? No, he's not the bald one. You guys never really see him. Like, he's not. But, I think it's Colonel. Colonel Cook. But, yeah. He's like really stressed out about him. Like, talk to Colonel, he's really chill. Like, he's not around. No nonsense. Because, like, yeah, he looks intimidating at first, but, like, once you get to know Colonel, he's pissing him off. But I hope they get whatever. Right? That was over there. He's really good. He's a sports bar kicker. No, he's the class. Oh. No, Liam is. I know, what's his name? Liam is the grade. They went on our grade. Four star. No. You know, I had his name is Liam. Oh my God. Yes, he is. Are we talking about the taller one? Yes. He's a kicker? No, his name is Liam. What's his name then, bro? I don't know. I look at like them people. I stalked everyone from the sport. He came up and I recommended it, and I was like looking at it. I stalked everyone. His name is Liam. I swear. Yes, it is. I wanted her freshman year. Yeah? Liam? Wait, are we not the same dude?
Coming in.
What's his name? I don't know. But do you know who I'm talking about? Is it no? I don't know who you're talking about. I don't have. You have a transcript. Yeah, you. What? Me? I'm like, we were just at 18. Oh, he's number 30. I was looking on him, but he's number 30. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. But he's a different number. Yeah, that is a different kid. But that's what I was talking about. He's Margaret. Oh, I don't know that. I got so scared. Now you have to put in your you came up the third time.
Said she has food. Are you sure you don't want it? Second dog. Mr. Gopal, would you show up for my 18th birthday now? Aw, please. You'll still be my student. Actually, no. I'm doing the one next.
Fans, we'd like to congratulate tonight Sky Foos with her 10th place finish at the state golf championships. Way to go, Sky.
No, I felt so bad because I was talking to her today and I was like, how did we fit?
Football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2025 Florida High School Football State Championship games. The intense action takes place December 5th through the 6th at the range at H.G. Moore Stadium at the Villages Charter School. For the rural class in December 10th through the 13th at South Dade Kia Field at Pitbull Stadium at Florida International University for classes 1A through 7A, and come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at FHSAA.com for more information. Also, fans, it's your team, it's your time, so why not save time and avoid the hassle of waiting in line? No need for cash.
Just I can place.
Coming back from the halftime break here, Ken, what an exciting game we have for you visitors watching us tonight. It has been incredible.
Oh, yeah, Wiregrass Ranch coming in and making this a game. Tigers coming in heavily favored, but Wiregrass Ranch really played well. We have some unofficial statistics where they've thrown for 184 yards, but as we shared during the halftime break, it seems like it's 300.
Now let's see if those Palmetto Tigers have figured out a way to return a kick here, if they're going to allow the ball to play them or maybe come up and make a catch here. It's been a very effective strategy for Nathan Hope, the kicker. Looks like the Palmetto defenders are in a different set this time. Plays blown live. Get a kick out, a great floor from Minnesota floor, and a high kick, and this one's going to be returnable. And that is a big return. Out to the 42. 22-yard line is Jock Harris.
Yeah, that's the Jock Harris we know, and that's what I was hoping to see the Tigers, where they could have a notch up in special teams tonight, getting shorter fields, not having to go from the 20 like Wiregrass Ranch has had to do all night. So great field position, critical series here for the Palmetto offense.
11:53 on the clock. Coming out of half, Palmetto had the one turnover, 81 yards rushing, 196 yards passing. Hennessy was 8 for 11, 72%, kind of his norm.
Yeah.
And so Palmetto had more yards rushing, more yards passing. And then quarterback, 68.4 out of a quarterback that usually completes 53% of his passes.
Yeah.
So,
He stepped up.
He's really stepping up. And this time the ball is handed off and driving forward and goes for a gain of 6. A strategy that you and I were talking about at halftime. You got all these wide receivers playing back out there in the secondary. What do you do? What do you do with a guy like Deion Sanders? You can't run past him. You can't throw over him.
You make him tackle.
That's exactly right. So the first play of the game coming out of the half, the Palmetto Tigers start and say, okay, big, long receiver that are playing DBs, come up and make some tackles. Pretty good strategy. This time, Maurice Carter comes over to the sidelines very wide.
I mean, he's almost out of bounds.
Yeah, I think they were trying to catch him with a sleeper play, and that one goes to the middle of the line. No gain on the play.
Yeah, still puts the Tigers third mid-range here. Again, critical that they make something happen. They've had pretty good success tonight on third down, both running and passing. So let's see what Coach Sanders dials up.
And a change over there, it's a little different look for the Tigers. You've got that big number 50, Jamarius J.T. Thomas on the left side of the formation. Now Hennessy looks, he's got the long ball, throwing it down there. He's got Nazir Pitchford, cuts it inside, makes a man miss. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown, Nazir Pitchford. Tiger touchdown.
Yeah, what a game of inches. Wow. Hennessy threw it right to him. He was open going down the sideline, but my goodness, DeMoncha Hudson almost got there and just missed it by a split second, and that opened it up. As we take a look, you see Pitchford just going on the up route there, and right about there, he cuts in, makes the catch. That was a great adjustment, and he throw those 50-50 balls up. He is awesome, and just what the doctor ordered for the Tigers.
Kind of a swinging gate look here, open gate here for the Palmetto Tigers on the extra point. Something we've got big Chase Henson out on the left side of this formation. They're waiting. Wiregrass really not buying it, just lining straight up and out of this formation.
We've got to get the 11th player out there, number 8.
Yeah, trotting on late for the Tigers is Kamari Hines. There's the flag. And
yes, and a situation like this, because it happened to me one time and I learned my lesson, and it was in college. Okay, so you're panicking. Don't call timeout, especially when you have a kicker that, again, from 20 to 25, 99% to 97%. Take the penalty, do what you're going to do here. And this is probably stuff that they're.
Low snap. Oh, wow, he matched that one, but that was a great play by Liam Harold.
Getting that ball up, yeah.
And Liam Harold is the second best kicker in the house tonight, and he's the holder. And what a play by the holder, and that is why it's good to have an athlete back there in that position.
He might be the second best kicker in the 941 area code from what I've seen. My goodness, he might have had lost a finger there or so because it was quickly kicked.
Isn't that something? You're a really good kicker. You're playing behind the #1 kicker in the nation, and you may have just made the biggest play on special teams tonight, holding a doggone extra point in a shootout.
Having to make an adjusted snap in a tight game, and every point's critical. Yeah, so right. It might be one of those 5 plays that you come back that could have determined the outcome either way. And the way this game's going, that could definitely happen.
Brandon Galloway. Now watch number 20 on this one, hustling down for the Tigers. Always is Rex Schwartz, but this is a long driving kick, and it is through the uprights. That is just nuts. It was.
I mean, he was a quarter of the way up the upright.
Holy smokes!
It just didn't clear the goalpost. I mean, it's up here somewhere.
Oh my word. That was from the 40-yard line. So that would have been a 50-yard field goal, and he had Ken. That would have been a high school. If he's kicking that ball from the from the 40,
that's a 70-yard kick.
That is a high school record right there.
Wow! And he's a quarter of the way up on the goalpost when he split the upright.
But I'm telling you,
that is amazing.
That was insane. That was the biggest kick I've ever seen in a high school football game. Ken.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
We've had some.
He's at a different level.
Wow. Now, good. Oh, that looked like a little bit of a holdout there. They got him. He throws the ball late. Patterson in coverage. Or actually, that is Zion Roberson out of his outside linebacker position all the way to the sideline. Great coverage. That's going to be holding. They finally made that call over there. I saw the coaching staff complaining during the halftime break about some holding, so they got the call.
Right here, he gets held there. Pretty obvious. And again, you're talking about Roberson getting over there and covering that thing. So putting them behind the chains here, deep in their own territory. Let's see if that changes their strategy on this pass-friendly offense.
I don't know if they're going to even run the ball again tonight, Ken. With the success that they're having in the passing game.
Yeah, what did they have? 46 yards at halftime compared to our 81, and we're probably over 100 now.
Again, and they had 184 in that first half. Palmetto Tigers. Special thanks to Larry Griffin here in the press box. Here.
Very impressive.
Very impressive with the stats. Handwritten here. Oh, there's another hold back there and no call. This time he rolls, throws it out late, and very good coverage. And that time, that is Patterson. Patterson's had a very tough couple of weeks. Prayer's been out there. Family issues there with his mom, and it's great to see him out there tonight, doing the things he's doing. But
it looks like the Tigers are dialing up a little bit more pressure. Yeah, great coverage there. He threw that away. And,
he sure did.
Smart play. But again, we've talked about the fatigue, the fact we're catching in, especially with the big guys. If some of them are having to go playing both ways tonight.
Now you got to watch out for the slot receiver here. He is so fast, and that's Dantarius Austin, and you would want to hit with a go route here against an interior linebacker. And then he rolls this time. Palmetto in great shape. He shakes out of the tackle, and Paul Moore is going to wrap him up. And it's no gain on the play, brings up a punting situation.
Yeah. So the Tigers executed on their opening drive. Defense returns the favor, gets the 3 and out, and they're going to have to punt from way back near the end zone. This could be dangerous. There's been a couple of church softball snaps back to the punter tonight.
Yeah, he's actually, it looks
third. It's just third
down, but it's
we're getting ahead of ourselves here, but we can hope
because of the penalty on that. Yeah. So, but here 3rd and 20, and
you keep everything in front of you.
And you got
use your sidelines.
You watch out for the post route coming out of here. You've got Schwartz back in coverage in the middle of the field, and now we're going to have an equipment.
All right, Paul, what's going on here? Dave Lockwood.
Encroachment against the Tigers. So that brings up now a 3rd and 13. Ball is spotted on the 19-yard line.
And the way they're playing tonight, that 5 yards is huge. They have done very well converting when they needed to.
Peanut Clements over here guarding. Now he looks to the right, rolls, watch him run. Now he cranks up a long ball thrown with a lot of loft. In great position are the Tigers. Incomplete pass. Probably better not to catch that one. It's going to bring up a punting situation.
Yeah, absolutely. let's let them punt it out deep in their own territory and get Jock Harris a shot to do some magic here for us. But great coverage, great pressure. That's the most we have seen him running for his life there. He still could have run it, but Tigers had that one well covered with no chance.
Now this will be Nathan Hope is back there, and generally you start back at about 13 yards. That's where he is, but he's been running toward the balls, fielding the snap.
Well, they've been have a little bit of a church league arc on him. Yeah, he's back to 13 now.
There it is.
Snap.
Good snap. Kick is off. Nice spiral out of there. That one's going to roll. Palmetto Tigers electing to watch again. And it rolls out of bounds. It rolls there at the 43.5-yard line. So the Palmetto Tigers.
Nice punt by number 34, Nathan Hope. Settles down.
The Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FHSAA football championships possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Max Preps, official scores and statistics of the FHSAA. GoFan, official online ticket provider of the FHSAA. Herff Jones, the official championship ring partner of the FHSAA. The NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. And Wilson, provider of the official game ball for the 2025 FHSAA football championships.
All right, 8:46. So really, that's a good defensive stop by the Palmetto Tigers. The first time, came out, looked like there was some halftime adjustments made. Got the holding call, which turned out to be a critical holding call on Wiregrass in that series.
And this is what we've seen all year. The Tigers. It sets up great field position for the Tigers' second possession here in second down.
Oh, jet sweep, and he's going to. Really good play, and coming up to make the play is DeMonte Hudson. So,
yeah, you don't normally, that's that was Carter. You don't normally see somebody run down Carter, but that was, again, DeMonte Hudson there. He's their athlete, got the offer to UCF. He can run with him.
And he's kind of a center fielder back there. He kind of plays in a single safety look. They've got two linebackers in the middle field. Oh, they set up a bubble screen. Throw the slant underneath, and it's picked off.
You better tackle.
And so right there, what you saw is a slant that dropped there, and that was number 14. That was Alex McCullough. We've seen him a lot on offense. Stop, knew the route, knew what was coming up, made a great play.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if Hennessy saw the linebacker dropping in, but threw it there right there. Oh, no, he just got in front of the route there. Okay.
Yeah, it's the second option off of kind of an RPO look, and he's a receiver, and he's seen that look on the other side of the offense, so he's in great position. So really good play now coming out of the half. So
a critical turnover, much like the fumble earlier, where this gives Wiregrass Rents an opportunity to get right back in this ball game.
Just when you thought the Palmetto Tigers had a little breathing room.
Yeah, with the quick score, yeah, absolutely. And the stop.
Now moving things across, and we've got Terry looking over things. He's going to be out of an empty backfield formation. You might see a quarterback draw here to the middle of the field. And there it is. And he's going to finally be tackled after a long gain. And that's so you get all those linebackers out of there and you just do a quarterback.
Yeah, you almost got to have a spy on him. And you got to keep an eye on that belly button, because if it gets past you, he's gonna run for greater yardage there. But nice 9-yard gain there.
Yeah, you said his knee was down. I thought he kind of got to that first down marker, but these guys, the pros from the FHSAA, that number 1 rated crew, make the right call. It's a 2nd and 1. 7:13 on the clock. Terry drops up and he's running again. And he really, he saw Paul Moore and made a good decision not to go into that train wreck.
Yeah, exactly. Or the turf monster got him the other way. But regardless, all he needed was that 1 yard based on the spot, and they moved the chains. So fresh set of downs for the Bulls here. They've taken their time. I don't know if they're going to run unless it's him running the ball. The back is non-existent. He doesn't have anybody to hand it off.
Yeah, he's going out of the empty with five wide. I've seen this routine before. He throws a wheel route down the sideline. Great play and the interception.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
that's Zion Roberson coming from his outside linebacker position all the way on the boundary, and that is a freaky athlete right there.
There he is, and that's why he's committed to South Dakota. I think he tipped that thing to himself. Got that hand up there. We'll take a look at it again, but I think from what I could tell, he tipped it, got his hand up there right in front of the defender, and then tipped it. So
yeah, and
you see him going back there in coverage.
Oh my
There
goodness!
he is.
What a play by Zion Robertson.
So
let's
right hand. He gets that tip up like he's going to shoot a layup, but he tips it to himself.
Good sports programs need good officials.
Huge.
You can stay connected.
Let's take it down to Bill Brett.
Guys, I'm here with Coach Brazington. Matt, talk about the adjustments we've made here to try to slow this offense down.
We didn't make a lot of adjustments. We did tweak a couple things in what we're doing. They're a really good football team. We played them a couple years ago in the playoffs, and we ended up beating them. We knew they were going to bring it first round of the playoffs to the toughest round, man. Everybody's excited. Everybody's got a chance, so we just got to go here and finish.
Okay, guys, back to you.
Thank you for the Arctic Air sideline report from Bill Britt. And, the turnovers are starting to creep into this game. Palmetto has had a couple. Now, Wiregrass has got, one here. And Palmetto Tigers, now Hennessy takes this one. And this time he has Kelly in the backfield with him. He hands off to Kelly. And there's what we talked about at the halftime break. And he makes a couple miss first down. You make those DBs and the thinner guys come up and make some tackles.
Yeah, and sooner or later you're not going to want to do it anymore because you just wore out and tired of taking the beating there. But look at him breaking the arm tackle in there and trying to grab him around the legs and missing and
just a great.
Just don't turn the ball over. Just keep doing your thing, but make smart throws and for the backs to hang on to the ball.
Ashton Kelly with a nice run. They say that he has a real extra gear once he's down the line, like an Eric Dickerson type back. Takes a big hit, rolls off the hit, gain of about 6 on the play. Big hit there by number 4, number 1 involved, and that's Dante Parker and Raheem Fashola.
Yeah, that's a great description of how he runs. You can, Dickerson would run. He was like 6'3", and he would get low, but it's just the way that he pumped his arms and was a great back in the NFL. Hall of Famer. Yeah, he does remind me of him.
Yeah, and they say once he hits that, he's got late gain, and once he hits that, he says he's got great speed down. Now this time Partridge showing his great feet, goes for first down. So, we talked about the adjustments at halftime, and we talked about the strategy. And now you're seeing that ground and pound offense that the Palmetto Tigers have featured in many of these second half games.
Yeah, and Shane Partridge again, that change of pace, the former Palmetto Charter School alumni, finding his role on the team with a beautiful run there, moving the chains, and he just smells that end zone. I think he's got 6 scores on the season as well.
Yeah, that Palmetto Charter always has a fantastic flag football,
yes,
and you can see by his feet, he's got those flag football kind of moves, does Partridge. This time they hand the ball off, and then getting back to the line of scrimmage, that was amazing to even get that far. And as Kieron Jones into the game.
Yeah, trying to bring Kieron back from the injury and rest. Good to see him back out there, and we're going to need him if we get the opportunity to go for a deep stretch here.
And you've got number 4 out here wide on Pitchford. He's probably going to drop 6'2", 200 pounds with an elite speed wide out in Pitchford. This time Hennessy looks, he throws the ball down the left sideline. He's looking for the receiver, and that ball is incomplete. No interference on the play. And he's going to say that is the old face guarding high school rule. And we'll get a look at it on
the ball basically hit him in his back. He was just running with him, and either Hennessy didn't get enough air under it, or he just outran it. But it's just a simple go route here, and if you watch, that ball is going to hit him right there, right on the numbers, 15. And thank you, Wiregrass Rants, to have numbers that we can see without having to use the monitor.
Yeah, it's great to have that. They're running a slip screen to Partridge. Now he's down the sideline, needs to get a block, takes a big hit, rolls off the hit. He's at the 40. He's got the first down. Big hit.
Oh, big hit, but he's a tough little guy, and he runs hard, he plays hard, and popped right up after that hit. And again, Partridge moves the chains. Again, the great change of pace. That was predicted. Let the line come through. Just wait out there in the flats. Watch this hit right here. Bam.
Booyah.
And he bounced right back up. He is one tough little player.
And that was that 200-pounder back there coming out of a deep cushion. Had about a 15-yard start to come out and lay a lick. Man, that was a big-time hit. This time, Kelly's in the backfield with Hennessy. Oh, man. There's a timeout called by Palmetto. You got, interesting look over here. You got Nazir Pitchford. You had no safety help.
For the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2025 FHSAA football championships, visit FHSAA.com, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.com. Catch live and on-demand post-season coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA.
Nothing beats hard work.
Oh, that was an interesting look coming out of the break, Ken. You know what you saw there? You saw the big corner there come up in kind of a press look. There was no safety help. You got a 200-pounder with Nazir Pitchford, and it looks like the skinny post was just wide open as that play. And maybe they went to the sidelines, talked things over. One thing that you see with Eric Sanders at Palmetto High School is the sequential play calling. And if they get that same look again,
watch out.
And they did change things up.
Yeah, Palmetto called the timeout here, so let's see what they'll dial up.
And they hand the ball off, getting to the edge, and that's Kelly. And he runs forced out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Nice pickup on the play. It's going to bring up, needs about
2 or 3.
Yeah, he needs about a long 3 on this one.
Yeah. Again, going to the short side of the field. Just trying to burn some clock and wear down this Bulls defense here.
I would not want to get hit by number 4 back there. Dante Parker as a DB is just a huge DB. Oh, he's going to shake out of a tackle. Needs to get a block. Does.
Oh, he got it. Great
And he's
block.
going to, they're going to call a crackback block.
I think Chase Henson
got
caught.
If you played in the era where we did, Ken, you know what everybody calls that? Great block. So, and what do you, how do you pull off of that block?
You almost just got to stand there like the Statue of Liberty. So right there, you saw Henson pop up in the thing, and he got
his head,
got caught.
Got his head across the bow. You know what? It wasn't like he threw it from the backside. So that's a big one.
Yeah, maybe we can see it a little bit better here from this angle. But my goodness, he should have been down right there. Palmetto would have been better off right there. Right there.
He got his head across the bow, you know, which is, but things they call that quite a bit tighter these days.
They do.
So sets up an interesting situation for the Tigers. It's the 2nd down and 18. You know, what kind of look do you want to do? You probably want to run some kind of intermediate route or button hook or whatever they call that these days. This time Hennessy steps up and he's going to be tackled at the 49-yard line. Good play there by number 5, Justin Simzik, the linebacker.
Yeah, he's their leading tackler and kept an eye there on Hennessy, who is not a threat to run. That's probably his 2nd rush of the season, and he actually might have lost a yard on that. But they were playing three back there and had everything covered. So he decided, well, maybe I can run here, but the linebacker was right there to get him. So Again, a big play here. Clock continues to run. Maybe 2 down territory, or possibly again, Brian, a long field goal.
Touchdown.
Now that a minute and 49 seconds on the clock, the Tigers might run this ball, surprisingly to everybody. There's Partridge. He bounces off the tackle, driving forward, and he gets the ball all the way to the 33-yard line, certainly in field goal range. That's only a 50-yarder for Galloway.
So that puts the Tigers at about a 4th and 4, 4th and 3, 4th and 4, 4th and 5, or you kick the field goal or go for it. I think
Galloway,
he's coming on the field. Okay, they're going to let him try it, 50-yarder.
Yeah, and this for Brandon,
maybe about 51.
Yeah, and the deal, and you know, a lot of high schools would have somebody back there, you know, near the back of the end zone. But if the exchange is here, he's got plenty of leg for this. It's actually a 51-yard field goal.
Yeah, he's had one back here that during the season, and he was just wide on it.
The ball was snapped at 51 seconds. The kick is up, and it is
wide
to the right.
Yeah.
So plenty of leg, but here's the good news for the Tigers. The ball's going to start on the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
High school football.
Yeah, it's just like a pooch punt. You know, he could try to get it inside the 20, but you get a free shot at 3 points. And again, it's just like a kickoff, too, so they got to go 80 yards. So I don't know if there was a little bit of a I have to watch. I just missed that on the replay, but I didn't know if there was just maybe a little hesitance on the spot there when he put on the hole.
You know, and when you're talking at 50 plus, you know, that going from 51 yards, that's one of those you want to have those laces facing directly between the goalposts, and it may have been laces in. You know, we'll probably catch that on a replay at some time when we wind this one back. It could make a difference.
And I know Coach Thomas told me, you just do your same kick. It's just like kicking an extra point, and everything will be fine, and hopefully he'll get another shot at it.
Oh, man, the Tigers are coming. Ball's on the ground. Paul Moore is going to get a credit for a tackle for loss there. Loss of about 7 on the, I don't know if that was a missed snap.
It was a bad snap. I think it hit the quarterback right on his shoe, and it got there so quick that he couldn't even get down there to get it. And Johnny on the spot there, Cedric King, you called his name several times tonight, but puts them way behind the chains here. Tigers got an opportunity to get a 3 and out, get the ball back, but they've got to stop them.
So that is the end of the third quarter.
You are watching the 2025 FHSAA Football Region quarterfinals on TigerVision.
It's morning again in Palmetto. Today, over 1,000 people will move from other states to Florida. Jobs and industries are rebounding, and so are the housing markets. It is no better time than the present to invest in quality real estate here. A safe and friendly place for your kids to play. A thriving hometown culture immersed in historic districts like no other. A place to turn a house into a home. Palmetto proud. Matthew Guthrie and Associates Realty.
All right, so you've seen that. During that break, I had a friend of mine text me from Knoxville, Tennessee. Big Tennessee Vol fan.
Oh, goodness.
And
you have a Tennessee Vol friend?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I know that's surprising. But he's just saying, you know, that kid, Galloway, needs to come to Tennessee.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. No, Bobby. No. All right.
No.
But tonight's game, you know, we've had a fantastic game in this FHSAA region playoff game. You know, as we set it up before the broadcast, we saw the surging Wiregrass team. People expected, you know, big numbers out of Palmetto, but no, sir. This has been a fantastic Wiregrass.
Yeah, and this is going to go down to the wire, so do not leave watching this game.
Paul Moore creeps up. They picked him up well. Got a receiver in the middle field. catches the ball. It's out. It's ripped away by Nazir Pitchford. He's got the ball. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's in for 6. Unbelievable play. Strip, scoop, score.
And if he doesn't get that strip and he misses him, Wiregrass Ranch would have just scored on that play. It'll be fun to watch this replay. But a huge play, maybe the dagger, but we still got a lot of football to go here. But Pitchford might have made the play of the game right there. And he's our 50-50 guy and does spot work there on the defense. And oh my goodness, that was a great heads-up play. And then takes it to the house, 40 yards.
Wow, what a play.
That play has been open for them all night, throwing across the field.
11:45 on the clock. Ferguson with the snap. Partridge with the hold. And this time the kick is by Brandon Galloway. So the Palmetto Tigers with a 34-21 lead. We may get another lick. You know, we talked about the wide receivers not being able to tackle. You know, we've had their number 50, Cedric King, forced a fumble, and now the strip and score by Nazir Pitchford, normally a wide receiver for the Tigers. Check it out.
Pitchford's playing center field, and he's right here. Now watch him pull that ball out. He just takes it away from him.
Wow.
You know, the tackle was there, and then like he does on off, he became an offensive player. And we've seen him do that even last year as a breakout year as a sophomore. And that'll look good on his huddle film for sure as a defensive back. I go, wait a minute, that's the guy as a wide receiver.
Wow. You know, Larry Griffin here sitting with me doing the stats for us. It was great. We were putting all that together. And, you know, I know his Dan Griffin in Ohio is watching this game. You know, if you can watch our games from all over the place. You know, we've been watched from 90 miles from the furthest most place on the earth, and it's great for the those Big Ten lovers up there in Iowa to be looking in at this Manatee County football game. Wow, Brandon Galloway with a high that was supposed to be a pooch coverage kick. And he pulled his string as hard as he could, and it was still 4 or 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Yeah, maybe he's getting a little tired from all the kicking tonight. My goodness, again, to take that element away from them, you know, doesn't help with the momentum when you need a big play.
Unbelievable fun game here tonight. You know, I just can't tell you how impressed I am with this Wiregrass Ranch team with a bunch of sophomores and juniors.
Very scary. You're absolutely right, Brian. We were up 14 on them, and they got right back in this game. So let's see if they still have some juice left in them, and they can do the same.
Oh, they hand the ball off to the back, and Palmetto Tigers all over that play. So, you know, you saw the run there by DeMoncha Hudson. And, you know, as far as the Tigers go, Zion Lee involved, you had Roberson involved, you had Paul Moore involved, and you also had Chase Henson involved in the tackle. Did I miss anybody?
No, and those guys have all had great seasons with this daunting defense that Tigers have had. They're all played very well all season.
Still running the ball. And makes you wonder with as high output of an offense as this is, and that brings up a third. You know, it's 10 minutes and 57, so not too down territory yet.
Yeah.
From this point of the field.
Yeah, their offense at times at will they can score, they can move the chains, and maybe that's what they're banking on. That you know, we've been getting better pressure. The corners have been done better with the coverage, and you know, trying to run the ball maybe to loosen them up so they can throw.
I'm looking for oh boy. Nice stunt there by the Tigers, and we made
it, Dave.
think we had a false start there,
Yeah,
right?
Dave says we got a false start.
And that was fortunate. That was fortunate because you had Rumpf coming off a corner blitz, and the scheme was just, that was going to be a big shot. You know, the quarterback being so mobile, he may have made him miss because it looked like Rumpf had a clean lick coming through the line there. But
I don't think we still have a sack on him. I know we had the fumble back here on the other side, but Coach Arcady mixing things up.
Love it. Pitchford bailing. He steps through there. What a great run, but he's going to be tackled.
Going to be short.
Big hit, short of the first down, and it's going to be very close. He's only going to be 2 yards short, so it brings up a 4th and 2. So this could be, you know, if you're not.
First down is right here on the 31. And he is down, just a couple of yards. 2 down territory here. Yeah, the offense still out on the field. Big gamble here on your own 28, but when you're down 14 with under 10.
You try to draw them off first, and you got 2 timeouts left, though. So that's, you know, you're down to 2 timeouts here in the 4th. He's going to do a quarterback keep. It's going to be a student body left, and looks like he's right at the mark. I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, I think they're calling the chains.
Man, that was
and that's a very high percentage play. He's their leading rusher.
And I know a lot of the young millennials and so forth watching this one, you know, don't know what the student body left is. You need to check John Robinson, USC. And that's the old quarterback. You're going to take that. That would be a toss play generally, but this time you're doing it with a quarterback running, getting the block there, you know, loading up on that side of the field. So now it's a 1st and 10.
And we haven't seen that out of them tonight. So great play call to move the chains to keep them alive.
He looks clean pocket. Now he steps up, shakes out of a tackle. Zion Lee waiting for him there. And big sack on the play. There's that sack that the Tigers needed.
Get up, Chase. That's a boy. Yeah, good pressure. It's taken 4 quarters to get to him, but he's got very good pocket awareness and knows which gap to jump through. But finally, the Tigers got him and at a much needed time. 2 or 3 yard loss.
So it brings up a 2nd and 13 for the Bulls. Daniel Terry awaits the snap. Empty backfield. Watch the quarterback draw, but Paul Moore stepped in the middle of the field, and we're going to have a timeout, Palmetto.
Football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2025 Florida High School Football State Championship Games. The intense action takes place December 4th and 6th for the Rural and Fit Championships at the range at H.G. Moore Stadium, and December 10th through 13th for classes 1A through 7A at Pitbull Stadium at Florida International University in Miami. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at fhsaa.com for more information.
All right, back to the action here. 8:12 on the clock, and what has just been a fun game to be a part of, Ken. You know, as a fan of either of these schools, very uncomfortable game, right? Not the kind of game that you like to.
Oh yeah, this brings back memories of 1 year ago today when Largo was here, the Packers, and we were up by 9 going into the 4th quarter and lose that game. Basically on the last play of the game, and crazy things happened, and the way Wiregrass Ranch was played today, they can definitely make the crazy happen.
Back to 5 wide. They're going to have a drop. Oh, good job by the Palmetto Tigers. That's I thought they might go for number 7 there. Now he rolls to his right, throws the wheel, and it's going to be knocked down by Nazir Pitchford. He gets a little bit sooner of a jump on that, but that was great because you had the wheel rate going down, you had your outside linebacker, and then you thought, okay, I got the wheel route down the boundary. Pitchford sat right on it.
Yeah, so Pitchford's right here, Yep. And just trying to sit right here on that sideline. And then you saw the jump right there. And you said, a split second, he'd have had him a nice pick there and go in the opposite direction.
7:37 on the clock here. Terry. Oh, he missed. Look at that move in the back. Throws the ball down late in the middle of the field, and he's got a receiver. Usually a no-no, but what a play, and that's Gonzalez. Wow.
You go from a sack to
that's incredible.
A play. You're not supposed to throw the ball against the grain like that, but right there in between
Look
four
at that.
Tigers. What great vision that is.
That was awesome.
My goodness. Again, those are things you see on Saturdays. Wow. And this kid is just a sophomore. And I hope when they recount the numbers that next year when they redo the schools, maybe Wiregrass Ranch can move down or we can not have to deal with him. My goodness.
The route, Gonzalez, he had 4 defenders around him, sat down in that zone in the perfect spot on that to create. That's just a crazy play.
I'm telling you, he is quite impressive. And
we're at 7 minutes. We're going to come up to a water break about the 6-minute mark here. It's a 2nd and 8 for Wiregrass. They're not out of this game, Ken. The way that they can put points on the board, they've been able to force some turnovers. You got to stay with us. You might see some scores coming down on the scrollers from some of the other action that's going on during this FHSAA regional weekend. But, man, a lot of fun tonight, Ken.
Yeah, exactly. And this one's going to go down to the wire. On that crawl, you're going to want to watch that Leonard game.
Guys, I'm here with legendary Coach Moody Johnson. And, he's a Hall of Fame inductee going in this coming year. And he's been around this program a long time. Give us your thoughts on this football team.
This is an extremely good football team that we're playing against the Bulls. And we have to continue to play up for 7 minutes because the quarterback is very dangerous. However, we have some great athletes on our side too, but their quarterback is extremely tough to contain.
Well, there you have it, guys. From one of the best guys I know and a legend here at Palmetto. Back to you.
All right, great one, Moody Johnson. But what you saw on that play was a scramble, and he threw it. We'll get that on the Arctic Air replay. He rolled and went down the left side of the field, and he launched that one about 55 yards. Palmetto defender in great position, tips the ball in the air.
Right to the wrong person. Here we go.
Let's look at it now.
Here we go.
Watch the throw here.
So he is on our side of the
48,
and there's 3 on 2 there, and that's Schwartz. Yep. Schwartz trying to deflect the ball, try to bat that thing down, and it just went right to early Christmas present there for Gonzalez. He's had a great night. That was an easy score for him.
Yeah, Daniel Terry, that was nearly blocked there by the Tigers, but that was a 50-yard toss. From the 48, and even with the deflection 2 yards in the end zone, that was pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive to be that accurate that far away, and just got the 50-50 can go either way, and got the luck of the bounce here. Take a look at some stats. A lot of passing tonight, over 400 yards. We still have the fourth quarter to tabulate. The Tigers actually holding their own, outgaining them 385 to 259. 2 fumbles. There's 2 fumbles by the Tigers. 1 for all the turnovers, and I think that just is the playoff factor in it. Trying to do a little bit too much. Some great plays, and this last 7 minutes are going to be interesting here. As they're right back in it. They were down 14 early, came back, got down 14 again, and now they've cut that to 7.
And I don't know how the transition on that last one. Gonzalez was a holder back there, and then Caleb Groen, the long snapper, and then Nathan Hope, how they were able to get that executed and through those uprights on that last Palmetto Tigers were all across the line. Just a great play by the special teams unit there to even get that extra point, which is critical.
Trying to get him to miss. See what they do here.
Oh, now he's going to do a little. He's going to let that one go out of bounds. But you got to get on top. You got to get near it. Now on these turf fields, that ball is a live ball. It can go the other way. Oh my word!
And as you've seen, it takes some weird bounces.
Oh my word!
That one had looked like it had a lot of top spin. I could kind of tell. After we knew that one was going out.
Okay.
All right, Dave, what you got?
Dave's going to make the call here, and it's going to be a false start on the kick team.
I would just take the ball. I think he's going to just take the ball.
All right, let's have a shot, of the guys that work so hard behind us in the TigerVision trailer. And there it is.
There it is. Thank you very much, gentlemen. The ones in the trailer and then the camera guys, they're awesome.
Thank you very much. I see Jordan. I see Master Sergeant James in there. Chad, the team. It's just.
I think Bree's in there somewhere.
Bree's in there. It's the Burton family monitor. That is a terrifying place. For me to handle 2-3 monitors at work, that's as far as you can go. But 30 of them like that, no thank you. And now Ashton Kelly drives forward for a gain of about 2 on the play. And the clock continues to wind, and that's a good thing for the Tigers.
Yeah, clock needs to be our friend here. We need to have a drive like we had earlier when we went 92 yards and just pound them. You got the lead, you got the ball, and they've been playing both ways all night. Good time just to put this game away and run the clock out with a nice, good drive here.
So the clock continues to wind here. It's a 2nd and 7, we'll call it. 6:18 on the clock. Hennessy looks. He's got the out and up down the boundary, and it's caught.
Lo and behold, they throw the out and up.
The Jock Harris.
Yes.
We all do that one out in the yard as kids, right? The down, out, and up.
Yes.
I'm sure we have better technical names for that, right? But it was clear. And watch the bite, the pump fake by Hennessy, and then Jock Harris wide open.
And look at that separation, turn around.
Throw it to the outside
catch.
Outside shoulder throw.
Outside shoulder, great throw. And Zion saying first down there. Move the chains. Clock continues to run. We got a fresh set of downs here.
Great job. Just a great play call in that situation. Clock winding, you think, okay, they're going to eat some clock. We're going to show something that looks like it's a first down at the marker and then turn it up down the sideline. Perfect outside shoulder throw. Hennessy hits going to need to make a couple miss. No, sir. And he's hanging on to that ball. No gain on the play. Clock continues to wind. 5:25 on the clock.
That's okay. Stayed in bounds. Clock runs. Going to the short side of the field, you have less room to work with, and essentially a run play. No gain here, but looks like we got a stoppage in play.
Okay, we have another water break here, so we might send this one down to the truck.
Somebody take a timeout.
All right, we're going to take an inside look at some folks watching TigerVision tonight.
Go across Sneed Island Bridge to the cut, and there they are.
And that's a place, they have the coolest thing there. They've got those golf simulators.
Yeah, they got TigerVision going on. I think you can even watch TigerVision in the golf simulator if you want to, but a good crowd there. Thank you all. They see that they're on TigerVision now. They're getting excited.
Yeah, so it's a good look in, and what you can do, you can play different courses. You can play Augusta. I personally, I want Palm View Hills, Palmetto Pines. I don't know if they have those loaded up over there.
Right over here, Terracia, a big old professional course. That'll work too.
Hennessy with high snap, and he's going to hand it off. They're running the wide play to the boundary. You want to stay in bounds, and they're going to be called holding on that play unless there's some type. Oh, a little extracurricular at the end of the play. But now that will stop the clock.
Yeah, when you throw the laundry out on the field, that means that clock is going to stop right under 5 minutes. But let's see what Dave Lockwood has for us. Slow developing play. And
oh, there's a hold.
Yeah, right there. I think that was Maurice Carter.
Yeah, Maurice Carter with a.
They love to block for each other. We have seen this all season with those wideouts.
Yeah, and you missed
downfield blocking, but you still can't hold.
You know, the difference tonight, with Ace Luther not being able to play tonight, not being able to go, usually you've got that big tight end out there in the blocks. And, now it's a little bit of a trade-off. You end up with another electric wide receiver, but not so much as a heavy blocker that's used to making those kind of blocks. That's something that Maurice generally doesn't have to block a D end or something like that. It's usually blocking DBs. And
somebody closer to his size, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
they got him off sides. That's going to be encroachment. I didn't see any movement. Ken, you're looking right down the line. If we could pick up Bill Britt on the Arctic Air sideline, we would see that. It's a false start on the Tigers. Let's watch the replay on that one, maybe.
Okay.
And let's see. Right. Great job in the truck. Okay, watch him there. Set.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right tackle. And then the left tackle.
Yeah, right tackle, but he was in. Yeah, that's close because he was over the, and you can't jump back, so it's close. One thing when you're moving out there and you're 6'5" and 330 pounds like Stephon Aristo.
Had a great season.
It's kind of hard for him to miss it
yes.
At that size. Oh, Partridge, a couple jump cuts. And, the former flag football star goes for about a 6-yard gain through some really heavy traffic. 5-yard gain.
5-yard gain is still going to be third and over 20 here.
So that clock
is stopped.
Clock stops at 4:16.
Oh, it looks like Wiregrass might have called it time.
Yeah, I think so. And we don't have that on the scoreboard tonight, but we can check down, and you'll see that on the hamburger menu down here. Here, the guys behind us. I just got to say thanks to Chad Burton and Jordan Vardendor and the team behind us, and James. It's just incredible to do a game with the talent behind us. They make it so easy on us, Ken.
Yeah, absolutely. You get the instant replays, the multiple camera angles, crowd, and the end zone shots from the pylon. We're just spoiled.
Yes, we are.
Actually, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 15 different potential shots.
Yeah,
they have to work with.
That's terrifying, isn't it, Ken? But the great thing about that shot there is, Ken, you and I heads, we've worked our way out of the shot there, so it's not such a bad
say
look.
That. They're gonna put us on this shot. There, see, you jinxed.
So there we go. Oh, yeah, they got us. All right, so there we are, guys, and it's 4:21 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers. It's a 7-point game, Ken.
7-point. I'm very nervous. We've got to finish this out. We have a long 3rd and 20.
Yeah, this game is far from being over. Wow. Bo Carter came across the formation. They run the ball, and that's Kieron Jones. Ball's out on the ground. It's going to be a turnover. Wiregrass has got the ball at the 31-yard line. Kieron put that one on the turf, took a big hit. And I believe that was the leading tackler there, number 43, and that was Chase Cobb. DN.
Yes, and very clutch there. Unfortunate. Kieron had a nice gain there. It looked like about 10 yards, but at the very end, you're going to see that ball come out like a collision and sticking that arm. Oh. Looks like the second person got him. But he took the hit. He laid the hit on come down, and the second person wrapped him up.
Wow. Big. Wow. Hey, this one, if I'm Wiregrass Ranch, Ken, there's a couple ways to look at it. You get a score on this, you go for 2.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you might as well. You have nothing to do. You've been playing great tonight.
And you want to come out of here with a heartbreaking snake bite here at Harley Stadium. It'd be 2 seasons in a row in a regional game.
Yeah, this is starting to look a little bit like the Largo Packers game, which we played in the day last year because of the hurricanes, and we had no lights. We got to host the game, but we had to play in the sunlight. And it was real hot that day, but I watched a little bit of that game earlier yesterday, and we don't want to go back there.
Terry in the empty formation. Now nowhere to go. Gets out of the pocket. Now he does a little check down there to Price. And Pitchford's trying to get that ball out again. And
he's got to get him down.
Yeah, and he goes for a gain of 12. Brings up a 1st and 10. There's 4:03 on the clock. Clock will start here. Now it does as they set the chains.
Yeah, Terry knows where all of his receivers are. He's just sitting right here in the flat area. And he spotted him, and that's 12 yards. All he needs 10.
Boy, this is a nail-biter of a game. Daniel Terry takes this one out of the pistol. Now he throws a little quick hitter out there, trying to make one miss, and Zero Pitchford with the tackle. So it's a gain of 5 on the play. Gain of 6 on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 4.
They're making the catch, and they're trying to knock the ball out, but make sure you get the guy down too as well. Almost in the same spot on the play, just throwing out here to the flats.
Tigers did keep him in bounds, so the clock continues to wind. Clock is now down to 3 minutes exactly. Wiregrass in no hurry. 2nd and 4. Daniel Terry. Palmetto with a 4-man front.
Sending the blitz.
Chase Hansen nearly gets there. Now he throws it late, and he's going to be caught again. Pitchford with another tackle. And they're going to stop the clock with the 1st down. The clock is at 2:40.
Zion, you'll see Zion coming for the blitz, and he just manages to get away, and he knows where his receivers are.
Great play.
And keep him in bounds. It seems like the safety valve over here in the flats has been the go-to here. That's 3 plays in a row.
And Pitchford's over there with a deep cushion, not letting anything get behind him are the Tigers. This time he's got a lane. Henson's got him now. He throws it out there late, flies that one, but that was Chase Henson with a great pressure.
And got just enough pressure on him, and I think Chase is gassed. He's getting helped up every play. Just got to finish this thing. He's played tough all night. But my goodness, he almost did it again for a 4th time tonight, thrown over here to the flat on the Tiger bench side.
And I don't know how Daniel Terry was able to get that ball even out of there because he was being yanked to the ground.
He's getting yanked. He's able to get out of his awareness in the pocket is amazing.
Yeah, he has been just a sophomore. He's been phenomenal. Now he looks. He's got all day to throw. He's gonna. Now he shakes, gets a crackback block generally, and then he throws one late across his body once again. And then they've got the ball at the 30-yard line. Does Wiregrass with 2 minutes on the clock. Wow.
Yeah, right. Clock's been set. And again, his receivers know that he is going to keep the play alive, and that all they got to do is get open. He keeps his eyes down the field, and he'll find you.
Man, and Henson thought he was being held over there by that left tackle, but it was a lot of hand fighting going on around the edge. This time, a false start. False start on the offense. So we got 1 minute and 33 seconds left in this nail-biter of a game, Ken.
Yeah, and what you shared earlier is now my biggest fear, that they're taking their time. It's like they're setting up the score at the very end, and they're going to go for 2 if they're able to get it in the end zone. Tigers definitely the turnover here.
Tristan Ramirez is out there in coverage. He throws the long ball over there and make a great defensive play, and that was Zion Roberson. Wow.
Yeah, getting up a little slow, but that time they tipped it away from the defender. There wasn't somebody there to bounce it to for the score. He was the one that got the tip last time. Ooh. And it kind of went over in that direction, but great play there by Zion to knock that ball away. Just need to do it a couple more times.
Man, and number 22, Tristan Ramirez, hustling over there to make a big hit.
They have to get to the 20 to get a first down.
Oh, seven. There's a hold out here. Wow, look at that. It's his shoulder pad. Again, he got held. Wow, now that was a clear hold. Now it's got to be, spots him up, and he catches that ball. So you had clear holding twice on the right tackle, and then you have a long completion down the sideline. My goodness.
Yeah, 50-50 ball, almost throwing it across the field. Another long 40-yard pass down the field, and they get the score.
So watch 17, Isaiah Tyson coming around the edge there.
Yes.
And watch this.
Right here.
Yep, watch this. So right here. See that right there?
But, I mean, he is holding his shoulder pads.
Yeah. Look at him. He's adjusting his shoulder pads, and here we go again. Oh, my. All right, so that brings up they're going to go for the extra point here with 59 seconds. Now, one thing to look out for here, you got a kicker that is a very good kicker. And you've got Gonzalez, who's a speedy wide receiver coming in this season with 5 touchdowns, is the holder on this play. So they're going to take a timeout and think about that. Wow.
Yeah, this will be their who took the timeout? Do we know who took the timeout? Because if that's looks like Palmetto might have taken the timeout. They're down to 1. Wiregrass Ranch only had 1 left.
So Wiregrass did take the timeout there, Ken. Yes,
they did. Okay, then that might be their last, or they had 2 and they're down to 1. Regardless, so they're probably deciding, do we want to go for 2 here?
True.
And just finish this out and.
Wow. And the other option you got a speedy holder.
Yeah,
and
just hope for you don't have a bad snap and a freak play happen, and he gets to showcase his talent on a broken play.
And if you come in from the edge and block this kick, you win the game. However, by coming out there hot off the edge, if you have shenanigans, you got a speedy wide receiver back there holding the ball. And that's the time to pull that one out of the bag. So here we go. 59 seconds on the clock.
And watch the holder, number 6. Hopefully he just puts the ball down and they kick it. He's been pretty good all night. It's a very safe play to kick the point here.
Caleb Groen with the snap. Gonzalez with a hold, and it is up, and it is good. So with 59 seconds, this one is knotted up at 35-35.
Okay, the Tigers have timeout. All they have to do is just get on the other side of
That's right.
And we've got the kicker to kick the long field goal. He's already tried one from 52. He was just a little wide to the right. He can make his adjustment here, and so that's an option. Kickoff, again, it's been a little scary tonight too as well. They need to cover that thing, and they need to, most of all, not turn the ball over. Most of
all you really need to do, I've been driving down the road here going past my brother's house, and I've seen Galloway kicking from the 50-yard line. So basically you have to get it to the opposition 43. You've got to get it good, and this is off of the ground. This is doing it just like it would. So you got to get it to about the 43.
That's a 60-yarder.
That's a 60-yarder.
That's what you were hoping for.
I wanted to see that. I've seen him kick him from the 50 up at the top of the uprights from the 50-yard line as a drove by the field, So it's possible. Now, if you go with an onside kick or a squib kick, you're going to give the Tigers a great position to have.
We should be able to get to the 40 on this. But you got to field it.
If you onside kick this, those Palmetto Tigers will be in field goal range. And he cooked a high pooch kick.
Out of bounds.
Go over there and look, but it does go out of bounds.
So that puts the ball on
35, right?
30, 15 yards, 20 yards from where you kick it, 30 yards.
So we'll let the pros sort that one out. So they've spotted that one down. Yeah. Back them up and make them kick it. So what you do is you back up those Wiregrass Ranch.
Make them kick the ball inbounds. I like that. That's a good strategy.
And if he kicks it out of bounds again, Ken, you know.
You're going to have to kick it to us. Now, what nobody's thinking about is if they kick it over here to our side of the field,
you've got pitch.
There is nobody this side of the hash on the whole length of the field. They've got to make sure they cover this, regardless of what they do.
Wow, what a situation here.
Everybody is on the hash mark all the way across on the other side of the field. This side of the field is wide open.
Wow, so one of the very few, the senior, Nathan Hope, to kick this one off. He draws a driving high coverage kick, and it's going to be fielded by Shane Partridge. He sets the outside, and he's going to be tackled at the 34-yard line. Palmetto Tigers have about 56 seconds, and you're really going to need to get about 20 yards to be in range, right, Ken? It's ridiculous as it may sound, but it's true.
You need about 25 yards
25.
Here to have a good safe kick. Ball's on the 34.
Looks like it's on the 33-yard line.
33. So you need
20 yards.
20 yards to try a long.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything after that is gravy here, but we have to get there. We can't turn the ball over.
Cannot turn the ball over here. If you're going to throw the ball, you might consider throwing deep routes and watch the flyer across the middle. This time they throw it out there, and it's going to be Jock Harris. He's going to make one miss. Goes to the middle of the field, burning time. Now he's going to get out of bounds, and he does. Got out of bounds at the 45. Got the first down. So 46 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, there's time for him to do his little thing there, but
that was crazy.
But he was cut back in, and I think I could hear people say, "No, get out of bounds." But he finally got out of bounds.
Yeah,
a few yards later,
nearly stopped his forward progress there, but he did not. So here we go. Hennessy tried to draw him off sides. Now checking things over. Coach Sanders on the sideline makes a adjustment. 46 on the clock.
2 back.
Plenty of time on the clock. Hennessy looks. He's got to step up, and he's going to. Oh, that ball is out. Oh, my. The ball's out. The ball's out. And it's going to be 38 seconds. Wiregrass Ranch has the ball. And we have a player throwing his helmet off the field. You've got to get out the field.
Got to get him off the field.
Get him off the field, Coach.
Settle down, and this is bringing back the Largo Packers from last year.
And a player took a helmet off, threw it off. Let's see if that was pulled off by another player.
74.
Let's see. Okay. Everything's clean there. Okay, so player ran off the field and spiked the ball is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Going to back them up. But there's so much time left in this game, 38 seconds.
Yes, and they have a timeout. Watching their kicker, I think he's probably 40, 45 yards, probably his range. Yeah, he spiked it right there. Can't do that. Hopefully that's going to play well for the Tigers.
Man.
Yeah, the coach right there is furious. You don't do that.
Let them finish, and then go in.
So that puts them all the way back to the 40, about the 47.
Yeah, so they'll have it 1st and 10 from the 47.
They're going to have to get to the 25-yard line to have any shot at a field goal.
Now
based on what I saw, how he was kicking.
One timeout. Yeah, one timeout left for the Ranch. And you got to look out for the quarterback draw here. This time he steps up the middle of the field, and good tackle by Paul Moore. He breaks out of it. And then coming back to peel off is Isaiah Tyson. Clock is at 30 seconds here. That's a first down. It's going to stop the clock where they move the chains.
They get to stop the clock. They have a timeout. They're on the 41. They still need probably a good 15, 16 yards to have a good shot at a field goal here.
He spikes the ball, so that's going to stop the clock. And this clock continues to wind here, 16. I thought he spiked the ball, so he should have about 17 seconds on the clock. Clock is down to 12. 16 seconds.
Yeah, we'll see if they adjust it here. But for the defense, no big plays. Keep everything in front of you. And preferably not a first down here. They have, whenever they've needed a big play, they have been able to pull it off here.
Clock should get reset to about 17 seconds.
Oh, they put it at 20.
Huh, that's a little bit much. Now there's a holdout. They got him this time. Now he's going to throw the long ball. They make the call. There's an interception for the Tigers. All right.
I think
you're going to have a holding call.
Yeah, so we can take the play, right?
Yeah, you can still decline the penalty, but you got the ball in 20. You only have 10 seconds left.
Well, okay, if we get the ball, let's see what transpires here. See what Dave Lockwood's got to tell us.
Well, looking at this situation, there's clear hold, and there's been a little bit of that tonight.
There's been a little bit of that, right?
Just a little bit. And an interception.
And I don't know who got the interception.
Is it Pitchford or no?
Intercepted on that last play by number 11.
Okay, and that is Kyron Davis, the 6 foot, 215-pound senior making
a playoff game. A critical interception in a playoff game late in the season.
Now you've got the Palmetto Tigers, only 10 seconds on the clock here. Game's tied 35-35. You got the big back in the backfield. Kelly, Hennessy takes a knee.
Hennessy takes a snap,
So that's going to be it for regulation here. So at the end of the regulation in this FHSAA 6A regional quarterfinal game, we got ourselves a barn burner, Ken.
Yeah, and I'm feeling good because the Largo Packers scenario did not happen again. So we're going into overtime, and we're at home here. So let's see what happens.
You are watching the 2025 FHSAA Football Region quarterfinals on TigerVision. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by TigerVision and the FHSAA.
All right, to the middle of the field, the captains are out there. Number 24, the Paul Moore for the Tigers, and number 4, Dante Parker for the Wiregrass Ranch Bulls. There's the toss. It looks like it was won by Wiregrass. And so Palmetto, they return.
I'm not sure how Florida works, but what do they line up on the 25?
Yeah, calling the return, it's which way you want to go, I think. You've got the Kansas City tiebreaker, or that's changed.
I should know the answer. I know in college, but they start on the 25.
Right.
NFL, they can change it by a 10-minute quarter. it's going to come down to big play. It's going to come down to a field goal, and Wiregrass Ranch, winning the toss, they're going to give the Tigers the ball first, so they see what they have to do.
Okay, yeah, we've just have the clock here at a 35-35 score on the board. We've had the clock operator leave the building.
He's irrelevant now. Yeah. Luke can go over there and update the score by himself.
You got to have a winner and loser, right? Ken?
Yes, yeah. Okay. It can't be 35-35, but nothing matters here really. Down in this. So they're on the 10. Okay.
Yeah, starting the ball off with the 10.
So you do it from the 10 here in Florida High School. We have not had an overtime. I can't tell you when. As long as we've been doing these games.
That looks like a Wildcats different formation here. Hennessy is not in the game. He's on the far right side of the formation out there. See that, Ken? He's out there on the hash.
He is out there.
And you got the big offensive tackle, Jamarius J.T. Thomas, is in the backfield along with Ashton Kelly.
Yes.
A formation we've never seen.
Well, you think about it, you don't have to worry about Hennessy running, and if you run the Wildcat here, they've got to defend it.
No, he steps up, really.
Hold on to it.
And he drives forward. A nice play all the way to the 1 foot line.
Oh, he's in. They just raised their hands. He's in.
He's got one hand up over here. Did he raise two over there?
The fellow right there. The one guy right there had it. But you think about you run the wild card when you haven't had to prepare for Hennessy running the ball, and you run it with a big back,
and got to be tired out there. Now look for Cook to come up and make a tackle here. They hand the ball off. He's got the edge, and he is in for 6, and that's Ashton Kelly. So the Palmetto Tigers now with a lead. The scoreboard is stuck at 35. But let's say it.
But TigerVision has theirs updated, so nothing in the middle. They're all jumping to the middle. Nobody back in the secondary there. Easy score. So you kick the point here. So.
And once again, running on late for the Tigers is Kamari Hines, 6'1", 230. Get there, get set. Very important snap. Good one. Good hold. Kicks up. It's good. So the Palmetto Tigers with a 42-35 lead here in this first overtime period.
So we know Wiregrass is going to have to score. It's not. I don't know. I know at some point at the college level you have to go for 2 after 2 possessions, maybe. A Tiger stop and the game's over. So somebody's going to need to make a big play here. The one good thing, too, for the defense, they don't have a lot of area to cover.
Amen.
And, again, that's where Daniel Terry is at his best. When he can go unscripted and make a play, he's going to be boxed in a little bit here, but he's still an effective runner running up the middle. He's had some good runs tonight. But there's more people congested in there, so let's see if that'll play in the Tigers' favor.
Now they got a new receiver on the far side of the formation here. They fix it. It's just running to the right. And there he misses, escapes a tackle. He's going to step out of bounds. An amazing run. This dude is a dude. He goes for about a 4-yard gain. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6.
Yeah, you look at it here. You're talking about a 3-yard loss. Ends up being a 4-yard gain. A swing of 7 yards there.
So 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah. You have to you've got to contain him in the middle as well as on the outside.
Looks like a run situation here. He fakes. Now he's rolling to the right. Looks at the back of the end zone. Throws it late. Incomplete. What? Let's have that on the Arctic Air replay. So it's complete for the touchdown, and that's going to be Dante Parker with the reception. Let's look at that. That was a shot put of a throw, and Parker made a fabulous adjustment on the ball. That was a crazy play because out in coverage, number 11 for the Tigers, Kyron Davis, in good shape, just threw the ball around the defender. What a play.
And we've seen that all night, and
wow.
They're just relentless. Big critical extra point here. He's 5 for 5 so far. Well, they're going to think about it.
So during this break, Ken, in the action, they're talking about it out there in the
you can see they're huddled. I don't know if they're talking about the play or what.
Probably talking about what comes next. How many of these games do you do in high school football?
Yeah, I mean, think how many games we've covered here in TigerVision in 14 seasons. I don't know if we've had one. That's a lot of football games.
What a terrifying situation here. The opportunity to go for something just of the snake bite here when you've got Gonzalez back there holding the kicks. And here they are. They're trotting out. They're going to go for 2. You got a very mobile quarterback. Palmetto Tigers need to take.
And they've got
you got one timeout. You want to take it. You want to take a timeout.
You've got Hudson in there as a running back, and all they got to do is get 3 yards here.
Oh my word! It's all on the line here. Game. He's rolling. He throws it. Yes, and he's hit it. Wow, the play! You can hear the coaches. Zion Roberson with a play
with the game.
Oh my word, and he had a receiver clear in the back of the end zone. That is an incredible play by Zion Roberson, who's nursing an ankle injury. What a play.
Oh my goodness. That's why South Dakota wants him to play football for them next year. The Tigers were so excited they went clear to the other end of the field from east to west to celebrate. And
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
What a game tonight, Ken. And the effort, both teams, is a shame.
Zion's right there, making a rush. Look at them getting that ups there and batting that ball.
On that bad ankle.
And he's playing on a bad ankle.
And the receiver cleared in the back of the end zone. Oh my word, what a play.
Let's see where 15 was going. Okay, we got the watch Roberson get up in the air.
Oh my word, what a play by Zyro.
I mean, he was up 2.5 feet in the air there. Watch the 15 here.
You'll see that 15 had worked his way to a clear vacancy. And I'm looking at the receiver clearing.
15 right there.
Oh,
running a little slant. Oh, he ran a slant,
right there.
And then he is there back in the back of the end zone.
Holy cow.
Roberson doesn't make that play.
Holy cow.
Tigers would have gone down 2 years in a row, hosting in the first round. But we move on.
And it's amazing, and we'll get an interview with Coach Sanders at the end of this one. Tonight, you really, during playoff, the referees, Palmetto fans were chirping about maybe missing some holding, but the FHSAA crews do a fine job out here. And this game, to go the way that it did and to finish the way it did here at Harley Stadium in Palmetto on a beautiful night. And, the highly favored Tigers just barely get out of this one alive, Ken.
My goodness. Hats off to Wiregrass Ranch and the Bulls. They fought tooth and nail. They were down twice, 14, battled back, and just decided to, hey, let's go for the win here. And we're inches away from that possibility happening, walking out here with a win tonight. But Zion Roberson makes the big season-saving play that we get to live for another week, and we get to return back here next Friday night. If we can get that score from the Leonard, we will play the winner of the Leonard Mitchell game. Mitchell won their district. Mitchell beat Wiregrass Ranch to win their district, and of course we beat Leonard. It was like the district's champions playing the runner-up against each other, and the winners move on. But we got to get a score to see who that is going to be.
Unbelievable ball game here tonight. You know, you think about the disappointment, and this Wiregrass Ranch team. I looked over the rosters today. It's like the super sophomores. They're sophomores and juniors.
It's scary. It's like Palmetto's got a young team, but I think they're coming.
I think they only have 7 seniors. You know, Palmetto I think has 12 seniors. So let's get it down to Eric Sanders.
Pick up coach.
Stand by. I'm ready. Stand by.
Good, made a lot of plays out there. We probably let some plays go. But credit to our team for just fighting, and never figuring it out. And it's playoff football, so anything can happen. You just got to find a way to win, and that's what we did. Patridge was Pitchford, was your go-to. 2 touchdown passes, both got 60-plus yards. An interception that was a pick 6 for a touchdown. Oh no, how'd you feel how he did?
Pick up your trash. Come on, man. Where's the water bottle there? Someone's lotion is under their nachos and their Takis.
Guys, I'm standing by for an interview with Coach Sanders. I'll be with him momentarily.
I mean, he rolled to his left, thankfully, instead of to his right, makes it a little more difficult throw.
Okay, guys, we're getting ready to interview Coach Sanders here in a moment.
All right, thank you. We're going to go down to our Arctic Air sideline reporter, Bill Britt, tonight.
Quite a dramatic victory for the Tigers. Obviously, our closest game of the year, other than the loss to Riverview. And really impressed with the poise that the kids kept on the sidelines, the coaches, the players. Everybody stayed focused. Nobody panicked. They came through. All right, guys, we're here with Coach Sanders. A little bit of a boring game there, wasn't it?
I hope you guys were entertained. But look, I mean, playoff football, that quarterback was really good. Made a lot of plays out there, and we might have left a couple out there that maybe we should have made. But credit to our players for just sticking with it, because, that could have gone the other way, and it didn't. We made one more play than them. It was a huge get to get the touchdown in first in overtime, put some pressure on them, and then Zion with a big tip there on the 2-point conversion. And we're practicing Monday. That's all I can say. We're moving to the next round.
Talk about what a game like this does for the team going forward with the rest of their playoff games.
It should, and I hope it does, make us believe that no matter the circumstances, no matter the adversity that happens in a game, we can overcome it, and you find a way to win if you just keep fighting.
All right, guys. Great job tonight, and good luck in the next round, Coach. All right, guys. Back to you.
Thank you for that Arctic Air sideline report, Ken. Your final observations on this thrilling game, and then we'll wrap this one up.
Yeah, just a game that these kids will be talking about the rest of their life and what they got to experience. We get to move on. Mitchell defeated Leonard 40-9. I was able to find that, so you'll be part of the closeout. But also, I think a wake-up call for them. Yes, it's playoff football, but hey, we've got to play 4 quarters here, and everybody's good. But so there were 66 teams when we started way back in August. There were 32 tonight. Now we're down to 16. Everybody's good, Brian, but we live for another week.
And I have to tell you, the Palmetto Tigers, us doing some of the games for the Palmetto Tigers, I assure you that was the best offensive performance against the Tigers this season. This season.
Absolutely.
It was incredible, the game plan. But at the end, the Palmetto Tigers defense were, with Zion Roberson, able to make the play on the 2-point conversion, which would have put Wiregrass over the top. So if you look at the final stats on the game, Ken, take them to.
Yeah, passing yards really sticks out. It was a track meet tonight, over 600 yards between the two teams. Hennessy had a very good game tonight, but the Tigers dominated in the rushing part, and then we had all these fumbles. I know Coach Stander's probably not going to sleep too good when you see 3 fumbles and an interception. But penalty yards were the same, but 448 to 432. That's what pushing 880 yards of total offense in a high school football game.
Incredible to see, Wiregrass receiver out there making a play, forcing a fumble. And then on the Palmetto side, you've got a Palmetto wide receiver playing DB, stripping the ball. Nazir Pitchford takes it for a house call. This game really had a little bit of everything for us tonight. What an entertaining game. Very heartbreaking for Wiregrass. So let's wrap it up, Ken. Tonight's final score from Harley Stadium in Palmetto, Florida. The Palmetto Tigers 42, the visiting Wiregrass Ranch Bulls 41. The Tigers will advance to play in regional semifinal action next week against Mitchell. The kickoff is 7:30 Friday, November the 21st. Let me tell you something tonight in a regional game. Community of Palmetto, you've got to get in here and get your butts in the seats here.
Absolutely.
There is nothing like being on a high school football. We've seen this with all sports throughout the community. It's time to roll back to the 70s like we used to at Palmetto High School and start to support the teams. It's a lot of fun, and you missed a game you would be talking about for the next 20, 30 years tonight. So we remind you all to visit the Florida High School Athletic Association website at FHSAA.com for more information. We again thank the #1 fans in the world for watching TigerVision. Is presented by Conley Buick GMC. One town, one team. Go Tigers.
You are watching the 2025 FHSAA Football Region quarterfinals on TigerVision.